All right, we should be live now. Oh, we got quite a few people in here.
Nice.
What's up, everybody? I'm hoping the guy. So tonight, if you didn't join us the other night, we were working on the. It's called. I'm not actually sure the actual name of it, but it's called the Printer Box. That's the name of the company, Printer Box. And this specific product is called the Prusa box. I believe their intentions are to make boxes for other printers as well. The guy's name is Julian. He's in France. So I did invite him to come on. I think he said he might. But anyways, they reached out on Facebook and asked me if I'd be interested in building one of these. So they sent it to me for free. Just to take a look at and do some live streams on. We were talking a little bit. Our time zones are way off. He's like, I don't know, 10 hours ahead of me or something. But I think the next stream, hopefully, we'll be giving one of these away. I think it's about a $350 box, maybe more, shipped to your door. It got here in 2 days from France, which is amazing.
That's impressive.
Yeah. You know what? And it's just like the Czech Republic, same thing, man. 2 days. Like it's amazing. But anyways, so yeah, he said he was going to send it to me. The only thing he included with it, the box itself comes with basically just stainless steel parts. And it comes with stainless steel parts. You got to print your own parts. But you can kind of see here, there's, these are all stainless steel parts. And this thing is super, super clever. The guy said the whole invention, this whole box idea came about because he was working on this, how to integrate printed parts. And I'll try to show you guys here. And what I mean by integrate printed parts is this whole box can be put together with no screws. It snaps. It'll snap together like Legos. And I mean, obviously you need to put screws in it, but when you're assembling it, it feels like the parts don't fit together. And then you realize there's like a slide and a push technique that you have to watch a video on, which I didn't watch the video, so I learned the hard way. But pretty cool. Let's try to get a shot in here of it. Like this right here is sitting proud of the stainless. So these actually, when you print these parts like are bumped out around the corner to be flush with the stainless, right? And when you push this part in, you slide this down until these little hooks snap into the side pieces. And I put this whole thing together I put the bottom together with screws, but when I put the top together, I realized that it all kind of just snapped together. And so after the last stream, I ended up actually taking it apart because I could tell that some of my joints weren't quite right. But yeah, really, really cool box. I mean, compared to the boxes I see, like, I don't know, printed solid or I don't know.
Don't forget the IKEA lack table. That's the famous one, right? That everybody has.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Chris.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my enclosure right there. The towel is the door. So,
or the cardboard box. I mean, that's another one you tend to see.
Yeah. So years ago, I was really close to, because at the time I had my printing room was in the living room of my house, and I was contemplating getting one of them. And I was looking at printed solids box. But my roommate at the time, we'll call her, said, I am not putting that big ugly box in my living room. Because it's a big like melamine,
Yeah. But now, do you know if does this one have a BOFA filter option or? Okay, that's cool, because I know that's one of the nice
let me take that back. I'm not, Greg, you know better than I do know what BOFA means, but it does have a HEPA filter, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I remember right, the printed solid one, so they're, BOFAs are like $1,000 VOC filters that you can, they're they're separate filters, and you can connect a hose on it. But if this one's got a HEPA filter in it and it's all enclosed, then you're probably not going to get rid of your VOCs, your volatile organic compounds as much. But unless you're printing like ABS, it's probably not really a huge concern. Even if you are printing ABS, I don't actually filter my Voron over here. But you can get a Nevermore filter for that one even. But that's cool. At least it's got room and it's equipped with one.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll try to show you guys here, but this is what it's got.
Yep. Oh, that might even have a
So this is an assembly that he made.
Yeah.
And it opens up like so. If I can get it apart. And inside, it's got a HEPA. I think this is a HEPA filter here, and then this is a charcoal.
That's a charcoal right there.
Yeah, this is a charcoal filter. So both of these, and then it's got a 120 millimeter Sunon maglev fan inside.
Nice.
So some of the benefits of this is, this has all been designed from scratch, so it's not using an existing product like a lac table would. And this little container, you screw it together, and then you'll see that it exits right here on these little vents. Well, this tucks up inside the printer in the top upper left-hand corner, and it seals around this up against the metal, and it basically pulls the air through the bottom and then pushes it out the back of it.
That's great.
Yeah, this is a pretty clever solution. But the other thing that's really cool about this printer is the modularity of it. Whereas if you buy, for example, if you buy a, let me see where I'm going here. Where's everything? But if you buy like a printed solid, like a printed solid one, for example. I mean, I don't know what the modularity of that is. I mean, can you modify it? Can you, I don't know. But
I'm looking at it right now on the filter specs on the printerbox.com, and it does look like it does filter VOC compounds, so that's good. I mean, it would be similar to like a BOFA filter. What I'm not sure about is how often you might need to replace the filter.
Right. So the when I was talking about the modularity of it, right? Like if you buy an off the shelf box, like a printed solid box, and I hate to use printed solid, but it's really the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a kit, and it is what it is. I think when you get it, from what I can see, you buy it the way you buy it, and that's how you use it. The cool thing about this box is that basically he's just providing you the framework. And everything is super well designed. It kind of reminds me of like Voron design, in the fact that when you see how stuff's put together, you're like, wow, that is really, really clever. Like the door hinges are very clever on here. They come right off, but they won't fall off. But anyways, there's a ton of options that you can add on to this. It has an LED lighting kit. It has wire routing kit. It has squash ball, whatever feet options. It has different, like 4 different feet option. But more importantly, it's got a front panel option that's modular. So like you can take this front panel and do whatever you want with it. Like the one I chose was, this is a Raspberry Pi, a 3.5 inch. It's called a Cumin screen, TTF screen. And then the Raspberry Pi has a hat. And then it basically mounts right here in this little box. And the only thing that goes to it is it's powered off of a, what is that called? A phase. It's basically an upshift in voltage.
Voltage regulator.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what it does is the one that they suggest is it hooks up to a 5 volt. I think it's a 5 volt, 10 amp.
Well, that's good size.
Yeah, wall plug, and then it steps it, and then it breaks it out into USBs, so that you can basically just take the Raspberry Pi and do a USB to Type C and plug right into it, and the LEDs are the same way. They will just plug right into it.
That's cool.
So yeah, and the hat that they gave for for the Pi. This is
It's
the
probably.
hat Pi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was wondering what the other display was that's in the picture.
Yeah. So this is the hat that comes with it, or that you buy for it. And this basically plugs onto the GPIO pins, and then it gives you a lot of modularity as far as like hooking things up to it. I've never seen one of these before. I'm not good with Raspberry Pis, but and
That's
then
a lot. That's a huge ribbon.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. Either is the CR6 SE. It's not good.
What's that?
Unless you want it toasty.
It said the CR6 SE isn't good with the Raspberry Pi either.
Yeah. Yeah. So the idea is that kind of you make a unit out of that, and then it plugs in, and then basically the printer. Once I'm done printing, it's still printing.
Does it come with one of these? This is what they use on the Voron for the. It's like a 5-volt buck converter.
No, I'll show you
something different. Okay,
I'll show you
just
what
curious. That's how I power my Pis on my printers. Is I wire it to the power supply, and then I wire this to anything 5-volt, basically, including the Pi.
It also has a kit, so you can add this on.
Oh yeah.
And this sits in the door, and when you open the door, it folds out of its way, so it's not in your way all the time.
Nice.
These are the buck converters here.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've seen those kind too. Yep.
So this, the way the plastic parts work is you bolt this down into it, and then that plug basically is exposed to the back.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all sealed. He's made a part that fits this perfectly. So you basically plug it in, and then this is where your LEDs go. And then on the other side, you have a
USB.
a USB. I think this is 5-volt, 3 amp for the Pi.
Yep. Cool.
I don't know about you guys.
Really.
Every time I plug a Pi in lately, I have like a bunch of Pi 4s, and all of them, they always say undervolt detection.
Yeah, that's why you need like this one. You can get these, and it's the same thing. It's just a fancier case. But this one I think is 5 amp here. So a lot of them you have to have at least 3 amp for I think a Raspberry Pi 4. So if you don't have a full 3 amp, you'll get that undervolt issue.
Well, the funny thing is the one I bought is the one off the Pi Shop website.
Do you have other stuff plugged into it?
No.
Oh, that's odd.
I mean, I now I have a Noctua fan plugged into, or not a Noctua fan, but yeah, maybe it is a Noctua fan.
That shouldn't matter though. Those draw like 0.2, if that, 0.2 amps. So,
but I've just the Pi 4 specifically. It seems like ever since I've had those in my printers, I just have nothing but problems. They always say undervolt detection.
Actually, I think the Pi 4 needs 3.5 amp.
Yeah, mine says it all the time now. On
you just ignore it?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a good power supply with it. It just always says under voltage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's powered off of a computer or something.
I haven't had that issue yet with my Voron, but I've also got I think I've got a 5A on that one too. 5
So
amp.
these are the little squash ball. These are
those are cool.
Yeah,
are
these
those TPU or
no, this is just this is all Prusa Carmine, whatever.
Gotcha.
I had a hell of a time printing some of these parts though, because they're all support free, but man, just barely. But this one prints on its side like this with no support, and holy shit, man! By the time it gets up here,
some bridging.
But then you got this that sits on the bottom rail and it slides back and forth, and then the ball sits on top of it like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then this mounts to the side of the printer, the Prusa. So I don't know. I was impressed. I don't know I don't know if this guy sold a lot of kits or not. There's another guy I'll give a shout out to. I think his name's Colin Hill. He's on. He might be on too. He said he was going to try. But he has a series on YouTube of building this and a different one, some other plexiglass one. So,
it looks like you have another guest there, Lightspeed.
Jerry.
Hey,
What's up,
Jerry.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I've been working.
Uh-oh, where'd he go?
What did you say, Jerry?
There he is.
That's strange.
Hey, I didn't know I could kick you out that easy. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can mute me or anything you want.
What
I've
were you
been
saying?
working on my diode laser all day, and I was in a private chat with Astro Printer, helping me work out some bugs. And now I've cooked up some pot stickers that you can't see that I'm going to eat while I'm watching.
Oh wait,
Pot
okay, wait a minute.
stickers. Those are the best.
Helped out Astro.
No, he helped me out.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute here.
I don't know how you understood him without me there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah, he gave me a lot of help. We
Okay.
logged in. We were talking on the phone, and then he logged in StreamYard offline. Because that's what's cool about StreamYard. You can just chat offline. You don't have to go online and
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a good sport. I can't understand what he says, but
But you translate great for him.
I'm assuming it's mostly nice stuff. I'm not real sure. But believe it or not, though, this whole print, the whole thing I've had the most trouble with are these things. These are like the little door latches. And I mean, you can see the print quality on these are like tits. I mean, they're like perfect.
Yeah, what is that printed on? Is that Prusa MK, you said?
This is on the rail core. I at first I tried it with a 0.6 nozzle, and I've tuned the shit out of it. But for what I don't know if the tolerances are really tight on it, but you're supposed to be able to squeeze one of the. He uses the same Prusa square nuts.
Oh, I hate those things.
Well, they're great if you got a lot of them, but
yeah, I always lose them, and then I never have spares.
Yeah, so I've tried to buy about 1,000 different ones off of Amazon and shit, and it never worked.
Yeah, because the US ones are always thicker for some reason.
Yeah,
I've got a whole bunch of Pi 3Bs that I've been using for like 4 years now, and with Octoprint. And for the first time ever, a week ago, I got an under voltage error on my Kaiwu, and it's like, where'd that come from? And I kept having that error pop up on the screen. I've never seen it in 4 years. So I ordered another adapter, and I threw that one in the trash. But I've never had that error. I think you guys were just talking about that, weren't you?
Yeah, we were. Maybe the adapters go bad after a while. That's a good point.
I don't know, but I've never ever seen the error before until like a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, mine's currently plugged in, so I have to see what adapter I'm using.
I mean, so I printed these things. I changed the nozzle to a 0.4 nozzle, which the Railcore doesn't have. The print quality is like, is like perfect on it.
It looks good from here.
Oh, well, actually, now I see a crack in that one. I think I just cracked it.
So is that carbon fiber?
So it's no longer tits, huh?
Yeah. This one's
tits up.
But I can't get the freaking nut in there, dude. Like no matter what I do, I can get it in like halfway, and then either it breaks or I can't get it back out again. And these are the little tags that it goes into, and they're supposed to like snap together, and then they're like little latches, like this. But I don't know, man.
If you can get the nut started, take a soldering iron and put up against it and get it hot and finish pressing it in like a knurl insert.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the soldering iron that you don't care about, get one of those like $6 ones, okay? So
I was thinking just increase the in your slicer, make it like 101 or 102%. See if
that's going to make it worse, though, right?
Well, I mean, maybe the parts are shrinking. That's all I can think of.
About parts shrinking. So what I did is I actually took I did the opposite of that, and I took it down to 90% when I printed these.
Oh yeah, well that'd
because I was thinking if I under extrude the shit out of it, that thing should be pretty loose in there. But yeah, I just got them off the bed when I got home today, and they're still not. I mean, they're still not.
I'd probably increase the size a little bit, and as long as the dimensions are still accurate. Then,
you know what? That's a good idea. Increase the dimensions a little bit. Yeah, like 1% or something.
Yeah, just like 1 or 2%. Yeah, because it's hard to say what he might have designed. Usually, when you design parts, you take into account the shrinkage, but who knows what he designed the filament for? Because if it was something other than, like I know ABS shrinks more than PETG, right, or PETG.
On one of my live stream from the other day, somebody left me a comment today, and it's Arabic or something. It's a couple paragraphs long. I can't read any of it. There's no Google Translate, so I just deleted it because I have no idea what it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
my Kaiwu video, someone did you are something, and then it's like a whole bunch of weird stuff. And I'm like, someday I'll do Google.
And Steven's saying Steven was saying 90% flow, which I was talking about dimensions, not flow. But yeah, that's a good point. If you lowered it to flow, then it would potentially under extrude, and you should be able to fit it in more. But I would, yeah, if that doesn't work, I'd try increasing the size of the part a little bit.
You know what? I just got it in, just
Oh, did
barely.
you?
Though. Jesus Christ, that thing's tight.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. There's only about 9,000 of them, so.
I hate those stupid square nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean they're clever, you know. I'd rather that they just put the regular ones in it, but.
But that's, I guess he's from Europe, so, and from what I understand, that's all you get in Europe. You can't get the fat ones there.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I think that's why. Because there was a shop I found in the U.S. that actually stocked them the last time I bought them, and I bought like a bag of 50. But otherwise, like you can't find them unless you order from China or Europe.
Well, when Chris Warkaki was talking to me, so it tells you how long ago that was. He sent me to a place called All 3D Makers or something, and they had them.
Oh, yeah,
so,
like some specialty shops.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to All 3D Makers. I think they went tits up, but yeah. So yeah, I think if I can get them started a little bit, I guarantee you 50 of these are going to end up on the floor. But and my dog loves eating hardware, so
I haven't seen Chris stream in a long time. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe.
Who, Chris?
Yeah.
He texts me every day, says hello, says good morning to me.
Yeah, Chris.
So he calls me at night and wishes me, sweet dreams.
Oh, good old Rakowski.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a while either.
You guys are best friends, so I can see.
Yeah.
I know he's been fishing, right? I saw something about him going fishing.
So
recently.
when you're moving to Georgia, y'all ready?
No, not going to Georgia. My family said, go right ahead. They said, go right ahead, but I ain't going. So these things I'm going to have to this is going to take forever, dude.
Don't stab yourself.
Yeah, and then I just put one too far. This tool is the best tool from Harbor Freight for getting the little square nuts out.
The pick tool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have that one yet.
Yeah, they got a hook. They got that one, and then there's a couple different ones. A straight one, and I bought them some years ago.
Yeah,
John's probably got it in his toolbox over there, right?
I got it by accident. Somebody gave it to me.
This is a good Harbor Freight set.
Hey, Harbor Freight's got decent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a one-use tool set, but
Years ago, they didn't, but then a guy from DeWalt or something went to work for the company, and they started changing out a lot of products.
Like their toolboxes are actually pretty. Now I have one of their old ones, and it's not great at all. But
Yeah, I've got a big
their
one.
U.S. General ones are actually pretty nice.
I got
yeah,
a big one. I paid like $1,400 for from them. U.S. General. It's got 2 stacked on another one, each other.
I don't recommend their bandsaws or their drill presses, though. I got burned by both of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're probably fine, but like the drill press, I put it together and it has that little thing that slides up and down, the whatever you call that, the bed. I don't know, but it wouldn't tighten. I'm like, what the heck, and I got the thing all together. Come to find out, there's another way you can put it on. Like you can flip it, and nowhere in the instructions or anything did it talk about that. So it just, little things like that just irritate me. Those cheaper tools.
I used to go there for their one-use tools.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You only use it a couple times. I picked up this pretty nice bit set.
That's nice.
Yeah, these are impact rated too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but
yeah, those aren't bad. I mean, some of the stuff you can't go wrong with it.
They still name brand a few things here and there.
I won't actually go with their rolling tool chest because I could go with a Husky one that's actually 24 inches deep versus theirs is 22, and it's almost the same price. So when you look, because I'm gonna be for the garage, I'm gonna be ordering a lot of, a couple more cabinets, or another rolling tool chest, and 2 workbenches. So, and I was pricing out Harbor Freight, and it's not that much different for that type of stuff. I was really shocked. The price differences. I mean,
Well, I think the truth of the matter is all those toolboxes are probably made in the same place.
probably.
Yeah, different badges.
One of my best friends was a Snap-on or a no. What's the other big tool brand? Not Snap-on, but
Matco or Matt something?
Matco. He was a Matco distributor, and they make them all in the U.S. and whatever. But I mean, I bought a box at Costco. Those boxes, the stainless steel boxes from Costco.
Oh yeah, those. I remember when they used to sell those.
So I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I'll show you real quick. Let's see. That printer, that one's on, but I'll show you something really quick. You maybe didn't know.
His name really isn't Steve.
No. So you see that?
Yeah.
So that for, I don't know, 10 years, I raced cars.
Nice.
And when I first started, so we had the first car in the front there is they're called mini stocks. It's a NASCAR racing series.
Yeah, I was going to ask which type of track and what type of car, because when you say you race cars, there is a boatload of different types of cars.
Right. So my father-in-law, my ex-father-in-law, races sprint cars. And if you don't know what those are the ones with the big wings on top. And he's pretty famous when it comes to sprint car people. But so I started racing. These are they call them mini stocks. They're basically, you take a street car, and then you take a street car, and then you basically cut the body off of it, and then you throw the chassis away. And then on the garage floor, we built a full tube chassis, and then you basically put the shell back on top. But it was a front wheel drive, about 295 horsepower to the wheels, 4-cylinder Volkswagen GTI motor. But anyways, I raced that for a lot of years, and I had a 24-foot enclosed hauler that I used to take because we traveled all over the place to race, and I decided to buy those Costco boxes, and I built a tool cart out of a what are those things called? They're like landscaping carts, but they're kind of goofy. They're not. It's not a go-kart, but it's got like opposing 2-cylinder engine. I forget what they're called, but they made meter-made stuff out of them. Cushman. It was a Cushman. And I took the Costco boxes, the stainless boxes, and built a frame rack in the back and framed it all in there. And dude, that box was awesome. And the day I served my wife for divorce, she was gone. And I told my friend, I said, for $500, you can go have everything in the garage if you want it. And so he went over and took everything out, and he took the Cushman with the tool.
What a deal!
Yeah, and I always thought Costco will have that deal again. They never did, because it was a really big, nice toolbox for the money, But yeah, I raced actually 3 different series of cars, stock cars, and cars called legend cars. Yeah. That's how I learned that I don't have a lot of common with a lot of people in the 3D printing industry.
Yeah, I race drones, but maybe that's a little different.
I was from 21 till I was I don't know, till I had kids, so till I was 27 or something. I raced cars every weekend, and then we also played in a band. I played in a band every weekend too. So a lot of drinking and partying, So. You guys never did nothing like that?
Raced RC cars.
Yeah, I raced RC cars too.
I play 5 instruments, so I can relate to the band thing. Yeah.
What kind of instruments?
Mainly guitar.
You play guitar?
Piano. Yeah. Guitar, keyboard, bass, trumpet, djembe, if you know what that is, like a camel skin
I do.
drum.
I know exactly what a djembe is.
Yep. So those are the main ones anyway.
When I was in high school, I got kicked out of high school, and I had to go to an alternative school. And I know, you guys are all surprised, right?
Not really. I mean, I
get kicked off of Twitter or blocked about every other day.
It's okay.
But yeah, the school I went to was an alternative school, and it only had about 50 kids in it. And so the band was like a real band, not like a, flutes and trumpets band.
Yeah.
And the guy that was our music teacher was a djembe drummer. And so he used to teach us drum theory.
Oh, yeah.
He was like a professional, hand drummer. And
Yep.
I thought it was so freaking stupid when I started. I'm like, this is so dumb.
It's a fun instrument.
It is. And
Yeah.
honestly, I kind of wish I had one because they're fun just to plunk around on. And
Yeah.
A bongo drum?
I'll get it. Hang on. Let me grab
It's
mine.
kind of like a bongo drum. It's got a goat skin on it usually.
Uh-huh.
And that for me was the part that was the grossest part was they made us reskin our own. We had to reskin our own drums, and he made us get like raw hide into it. And oh my god, dude, it's so disgusting.
Somebody brought the neighbor's dog in, the neighbor's cat. Hey, will this work?
Basically, that's what it looks like. Oh, dude, that's a big one.
Very nice.
You guys hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
Oh yeah.
That's a big djembe drum, man.
Yeah, it's just because of it's probably about average.
Yeah, you learn that there's like 20 different.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make.
Yeah.
You can palm it or you can smack it, tap
Hey,
it.
light speed. If you take your mouse on the screen, you can drag him to where you're at, and we can see him real big for a minute, and then you can drag yourself back.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that is cool looking.
It's a Remo though.
Yeah.
So the ones that we had, I was just telling them the guy made us when we first started the class, they were just bare drums.
Oh, okay.
He made us skin them, and so he went and got goat hides.
Oh, yeah, like DIY.
Yeah, so what you do is it is disgusting, dude.
Because you got to tan them, and then you got to scrape them.
I don't know if they were tanned or not, but they were definitely dried out, and they still had hair on them.
Yeah, and you got to scrape. Yeah, so part of the tanning process is, the chemicals they usually put these in for processing is toxic, and tanning is a nasty business. It is. Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was on one of them. It was, oh man, it was pretty bad.
I think that one's a 14-inch, maybe, or I can't remember. Maybe it's a 12.
So the guy made us, so he said, okay, so first things first, we're going to skin it. So we had to take the hides and soak them. And when you soak them, they get all slimy and nasty. Mm-hmm. And then you had to like poke, pull it over the drum. And then we had to poke holes in it and then tie it with like ripcord stuff. Yep. And he taught us how to like take the cord down. And then you go to the next one, you take it down, you take it down, you take it down. And they use sticks to like tune them, But and then you shave your drum.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense.
That's cool.
Nobody likes a hairy drum.
Unless you're a hairy drummer.
and demonetized. Anyways. But oh my god, look at that. All the chit chatting and they're all done. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Nice.
One more. Well, shit. I mean,
the last one will be the hardest. It's always the last one that something happens.
Yeah. hey, so speaking of Kai Wu, kind of funny. I made a comment on, I think it was on your.
Yeah. Send me some love, right?
Yeah. So I pulled a DB3D and said, hey, I'd like to check out one of your printers. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But so they contacted me. So I saw them in my inbox and I went, oh shit. Like, hey, they're doing it, right? And they said, hey, we saw, sorry we didn't respond to you, blah, blah, blah. They were really nice. And he said, unfortunately, your YouTube channel is just not big enough for us. And basically, and I said,
help me grow my channel, right? I mean,
I said, are you kidding me? I said, I have a freaking lol spot, bro. Like,
yeah.
You want to go there? I got a fucking lol spot, dude.
Plus, you've got a good Twitter following too. So I would say
that's where you say, you know what? That's where my Twitter following is.
So Naturally, that's exactly what I said.
I knew you were going to go there. So.
I said,
be persistent, and if you want to get something from somebody, be persistent. And
well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? I was half there. There was another person on there that was, Twitter begging, and so I was kind of joking. The truth of the matter is I really don't need another project right now. I got this thing going on, then I got the Lulzbot thing going on, and they sent me shit today, but I don't have enough room. And then out of nowhere, Rat Rig reached out to me and said, "Hey, when are you going to build your printer?" Because they gave me a lot of that to do streaming on, right? They wanted me just like DeWitt's doing.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, first of all, it took me forever to get all the parts. I appreciate the help, but it took me forever to get the parts. I still haven't printed all the parts. I have pretty much everything now, but I just feel a lot of pressure. So I wasn't really looking for, the Kaiwu. I do think it looks cool. And I would like to see the IDEX one. I think that would be cool to see. Yeah, but I told him I'm not in. I really don't want to. Am I going to make a better video than Tripod? Absolutely not. So, but I did. But after they told me like, hey, we appreciate your interest, blah blah blah. Maybe in the future, yada yada yada. And I wrote back. I said, hey, no, it's cool. I said I was kind of joking around a little bit. I said, but since you bring it up, how small the YouTube channel is. I mean, they act like Twitter's not a thing. Now, to them, Twitter isn't a thing because if you look at
they don't have much of a presence on Twitter.
They don't do shit on Twitter, but I sent them screenshots of my Slice affiliate, of my Filament. I mean, dude, I've done like $12,000 in Slice sales since July. Or is it 12? Yeah, 12,000.
That's impressive, man. I had no idea. I should join that program.
You what?
I said I should join that program. I saw anybody can sign up for the affiliate on Slice.
Not
all of them are.
The one, the standard one, you get 5%.
Okay.
I think you can give 5%, and you can get 5%.
That might be the default. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't set up any affiliates. I have a couple, but I never set them up.
Oh, dude. Well, let me put it this way. I mean, my Slice affiliate is $800 to $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Ish.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, for me.
That's just from Twitter, pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, actually, at first I was going on the Facebook forums, but then I pretty much got kicked out of every Facebook forum for arguing.
He told me about that.
Pimping the product.
I basically go on the Rat Rig forum and I just search Dragon, and then I would like, hey, I was never rude about it, but I was always like, hey, maybe you should go with the original, the guys that created the thing, the better product, right? Blah, 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 blah. And they basically said, at some point, they said, look, Rat Rig basically said, look, we sell Slice on our website, and we prefer that our customers buy the Slice stuff from us. So that was basically it. And then the forum moderator got after me because I was arguing about, patent laws and whatever. But what happened with Slice is when I went to Murph, I had dinner with Dan and the Lulzbot guy. And Dan asked me like, hey, have you, I know you're in sales, we're looking for a sales guy, blah, blah, blah. And so we started talking about maybe doing that as a job, which I was really, really excited about. But they want like an entry level, customer service person. And when we got down to dollars and cents, it just didn't make sense. So what I offered to do is I said, look, I could do it on my spare time. I mean, that's basically what I do in my spare time anyways, is fielding, stuff on the internet. And they said, look, let's do this instead. Let's make you a great affiliate program. And, the more you sell, the more you make, basically, type of thing. So that's what I did. And it's been really, really good. I mean, I've only had it for like 3 months, but the first month was banging good. And last month it slowed down, and this month seems like it's slowing down too. So
I've never tried none of their products. I got all stock hot ends on everything. I'm an affiliate for Ziltech and TH3D and a handful of others. And Ziltech I make almost nothing on. My best month was like $80 or $90, and then around the pandemic thing, it was dropping down to $0 or $20. So it varies.
Yeah, the slice one was good because I think I hit it at the right time, because right when I went into the Rat Rig forum, like everybody had all their orders in and they were still waiting. And at the time, Rat Rig was not selling slice hot ends with their packages. They weren't selling any hot end, and you had to source your own hot end. So there was everybody was on there going, "What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do?" So I basically went, I mean, painstakingly, hours a day. I spent hours on it, going every single post, not posting them, but contacting them directly and saying, "Hey, I saw your post on the thing. If you're interested, here's my affiliate code. This will save you 10% on your order." And all of a sudden,
I love Apple integration there.
Jesus Christ! The worst part is that said it was a phone call from myself, which is
Yeah,
better install that security update they just released.
Yeah, but anyway, so call me again, and I'm gonna keep declining. But yeah, so everybody needed to figure out their hot end situation, and so for me, the timing worked out great. And like in the first couple of weeks, dude, oh my god, like people were, I mean, I was getting notifications all day long. People bought, and every time people buy from them, it's several $100s at a time.
Why is the Slice Engineering hot end any better than any of my stock ones? They never clog, or what's the whole?
Well, there's a bunch of reasons, but the by most people's standards, the bimetallic heat break is what makes them special, and
Yes.
the bimetallic heat break is effectively the perfect 3D printing solution, meaning that it's got a stainless steel tube that runs from top to bottom, and then it's got a copper heat sink around it that wicks the heat away from the stainless steel. But basically, that filament going through the stainless steel never gets hot. There's no heat creep in a mosquito. In fact, I have used a mosquito for PLA with no fan at all on the no fan blowing on it at all. And if you can keep it around 190, 200 degrees, and you're printing while you're printing, that heat will not creep up the metal tube, because stainless steel, just like most things, is really, really bad for holding heat in, essentially.
Yeah. You have to
and
season the hot end.
the tubes are like
Nope.
paper thin, and they came from like the medical industry, so they're like paper thin. So the filament goes down through the top of it, and it doesn't melt until it gets right into the melt zone, right at the block, and then it pushes out. But everything above it is cold. So if you watch it on a thermal camera, that whole top is below whatever, and it doesn't actually start melting until it gets into the block. So it prevents jams.
I will say I've been printing on it. My first one was on my Lulzbot Sidekick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's flawless.
That's your
like
first one?
Yeah, well, I have the knockoff on, the Dragon on my Voron, but I should have got the original. But anyway, but I will say that like the consistency is better than, I mean, I've got Chimeras too on my other Core XYs, and I thought those were good, but compared to what I see on any of my other printers, even the Voron with the Dragon, I would say it's like way better. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey,
it really is that good.
Hey, Maker.
Hey,
Hey, Steve
Mikey.
L. Stephen, Kieran, Light, non-fam.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I long before I did any affiliate sales with them, I have Slice on everything, and I decided to do that a long time ago because I love the one-handed nozzle changing.
Yes, that's the big that's what gets you in there, right? Is the one-handed nozzle.
And I've heard everything at this point in the last 2 months. I don't like that I have to use thermal paste to put the heater in. Oh, come on, give me a freaking break. They like that the Dragon has a set screw like the E3D. I'm like, have you ever tried to take a set screw out of an old hot end?
Yeah, good luck.
It doesn't have a bulb thermistor, does it? Because I hate bulb thermistors.
It's got like a screw. It's kind of weird, isn't it? How I mean, I haven't had to change it yet, but
yeah. So it's got a
different.
little M3 screw on either side of the block. I'll show you here in a second. Actually, hold on.
Oh, it's a good thing he's wearing shorts.
Let me grab my
He's in
slice
Phoenix.
box. Let me grab my slice box here. Let's see.
Well, it looks like Luzbot. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I saw John at the Rapid TCT, and I was
Mhm.
like, I was just making my rounds on the way out, and it's like, oh, I love the streams that you guys are doing. I'm like, well, I'm the only one without a printer.
Send him the Taz, man. Get the workhorse.
Speaking of which, this is my Lowell's toolhead box. I decided to adapt it into my slice box, but these are all my slice parts.
Nice.
So I'll show you on this one.
My CR10 Max, I need to put something on it, change it out.
So this is if you haven't seen a slice hot end, this is what it looks like.
Well, I got a feeling Jerry's going to be buying.
I don't have the money at the moment, but it's a thought.
Yeah, it's good. Is that the Magnum?
I mean,
yeah.
they look so cool, right? These hot ends look amazing. Yeah. They perform well, but then you cover it up with a fan and everything else. You don't get to see.
Well, so for Jerry's sake, right? So this is there. These holes are on both sides because you can mount it in any orientation. You can mount it straight. You can mount it sideways. Doesn't matter. And so these holes, this is the heater hole, obviously, and then this is a thermistor hole. So what everybody bitches about is the fact that you have to put thermistor or boron nitrate or whatever you call it, thermal paste in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
I mean, honestly, it just fills imperfections of two joining metals.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't see what the problem is.
Here's the thing. So it is scientifically impossible for two metal surfaces to mate perfectly.
Mm-hmm. They
never mate perfectly. You have to have some kind of medium in between them to even a clamped piece of metal and a piece of metal doesn't perfectly contact it. This assures that the seal around it is perfect. That's all it does.
Yeah, I mean, would you put on a motherboard? Would you put a CPU? Put a heat sink on there on the CPU without your thermal paste?
Exactly. But you know what it's like? It's more like the argument is more like, would you put a head on your engine without a head gasket? Because that's effectively what it's doing. So, and just like an E3D, right? You have the set screw, it clamps it. Well, so does head bolts. So why don't people just bolt heads onto their motors? Because you need something in between to basically fill in the imperfections. But this is a slice 50-watt heater. This is one I used for a really long time. You see it's broken. But basically, you put the paste in there. This fits perfectly inside of here. Perfect. You don't almost need the thermal paste, but it's kind of like an afterthought, I think. But yeah, this is the hot end, and you can see this is a copper. And inside of here is a surgical stainless steel tube.
I mean, yeah, when you crimp it down, there's just no way that you're going to be able to get full contact around it. I mean,
so this is, I think I have like 7 of these. I probably have enough in here to build you one, Jerry, if you really wanted one.
I can't afford it at the moment.
I wasn't talking about selling it to you. But these are like, these are all heat breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can see how thin it is.
This is the original heat break here. Wow. So what you got here is you got the stainless steel tube. It runs all the way down until the very top of the threads right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then they press fit this copper heat sink on it. It gets press fit on there. And this tube is paper thin. It's like the thickness of a human hair. It's so tiny.
Wow.
And if you dent it, if you make a little tiny dent in this thing, it'll fold like paper. It's pretty crazy. But what happens, some people have problems with mosquitoes, and I'll tell you the number one problem I've seen, and to Slice's credit, they always fix it, even though it's not their fault. But people get a jam, because you can still get a jam in here. If you retract too far, the filament will get soft and get pulled up into there, and then it will stick, right?
Yeah.
So the number one thing people do that I see, they take one of these, they go down the top of it, and they cram it.
Yeah.
And this thing is so weak. I mean, I hate to say weak, but it's so thin. So Slice recognized that, hey, we're replacing a lot of hot ends. I mean, again, I'm speculating here, but I know it happens. And so they came up with this new design here that is reinforced.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It's just reinforced.
A little more idiot proof. They always make a better idiot.
Because people always want to jam a wire down in there to fix it.
Yeah.
And it's the wrong way to fix it. The right way to fix it is if it's really, really jammed up, is you take it apart and then you heat it up and pull it out. Or
You're talking about changing the nozzle one-handed, somebody said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's my nozzle?
What size nozzle you typically run in a 4, 6, 8?
I
Look
do.
at that nozzle holder.
Yeah. So if you have a bunch of nozzles, the beauty about this is unlike normal 3D printers, you kind of dread changing the nozzle, but on this, it's part of the fun. I mean, so once this is bolted in, it doesn't twist anymore, and you just take this and, this is a 1.2, I think, nozzle. And the cool thing is, because this is a copper alloy block, you can put the nozzles in cold. You don't have to hot tighten them.
Okay.
And something, yeah, by the way, this nozzle box, I was pretty proud of this. I like this.
Yeah, I trolled you a little bit on that one.
What did I just do with the lid?
What? There's people that have more than one nozzle?
Oh, dude. Yeah. You know what happened? And I don't know when this happened, but I ended up with like 6 0.5 ones.
Wow.
I have like tons of them, and I don't know why. But
I got a bunch from Murph, but I don't know what I did with them because E3D was trying to get rid of some.
I was going to show you in a internet premiere here. Let's see. The official. This is another big gripe I heard on the group constantly. They don't have a sock. They don't have a block sock.
Oh yeah, I saw they were giving some away recently.
And my E3D's got block socks. I can get tons of them. I can get 50 of them from AliExpress. So I think Slice under protest finally made one.
Yeah.
So the truth is, I've had one for shit. I think I've had a Slice sock for over a year. Me and Chris Workaki got one actually.
Did you guys make your own mold, or was it like a beta?
No,
thing?
they were prototyping them, and he's a tester for them too.
Oh, okay.
So I've not even tried to fit this yet, but I think it goes like this. No, it must go like this.
Yeah, I need to order some of those.
This is kind of a weird stock, honestly, but
cool.
It's chunky.
What state are they based out of?
Florida, Gainesville, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got like an office in, is it Indiana somewhere, and then their production's in Florida.
Yeah, they're a really small team. Extremely good people, man.
Yeah.
They have been so good to me, and I have my critics, as you guys already know, but
You do.
he told me at Murph, he said, dude, he never told me. He goes, I had a guy so pissed off at you one time that they wrote me and said, listen, if you don't drop him from this is like before I was even really an affiliate, but they said if you don't drop them from your program, we're never buying from you again. And Dan said, well, sorry to see you go.
Oh man,
because they don't get caught up in the politics, and that's what I love.
The cancel culture crap.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah, so that's one way that you lose half of your market.
They do not
garbage.
Dan told me, he's like, he goes, I just told him, hey brother, we believe in freedom of speech at Slice, and he's free to say whatever he wants to say. It has nothing to do with our hot ends, and if you don't want to buy from us because of that, then we fully support you. So
I support you. I got this wild stick with your affiliate link.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, the affiliate link is in the description.
I got Black & Decker. Here's my well stick.
What?
Here's my well stick. Black & Decker.
My washer just went out, so my spending's restricted this month.
Really?
Yeah, it's only 6 years old, the washer.
I thought you were rich.
Well, I try to save money when I just want to be responsible.
Dude, that makes my stomach hurt. I hate when stuff breaks in my house.
What brand?
You hate what?
I hate when like appliances go out.
Oh yeah, I was so irritated. Well, I mean, it's a Frigidaire, and we bought it. It's a front load, our first front load washer, and we
Yeah.
didn't really want a front load, but about 6 years ago, you couldn't buy a top load with an agitator because they started removing the agitators, and my wife wanted one of those.
It's like just a low profile.
Yeah, they call it an impeller now, and so then, so anyway, so we're getting, and then add to that, there's the COVID delays and all this stuff, right? So,
What's that?
Are you getting another front load? Because
no, we're getting a top load.
That's
I've
funny
got a
you say
top,
that, dude.
not an
Because
agitator.
I've decided I hate the front loads. You know, they were so popular like in the 90s.
Yep.
But people were so excited about them, but they get water stuck in them and they start to. I mean,
oh yeah. Well, and the thing is they start smelling.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And ours, get this, the little socks that my kids wear somehow got under the seal and into the stupid drain pump. And the guy's like, we had the guy service it like 2 years ago. He's like, oh, I really shouldn't give you the warranty on this because you're supposed to use a little netting thing. And I'm like, no way. You're supposed to use a little netting thing every time you put your clothes in there. My wife just kind of rolled her eyes. But the top load never did that. You know, we never had any problems with the top load. So we're getting a Samsung.
Without an agitator, you can throw a comforter in it, which is nice. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I have. That's what I have now. Is I have a top load, or
That's
not
cool.
a top load, but a Samsung.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours went out right at the beginning of COVID. 11 years. It's a 10
At the end of COVID, when did that happen?
At the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
And it was delays of almost 2 months for it. Yeah, because all of them come out of this like almost the same warehouse, no matter which brand it is. And so I was looking. I said, "Hey, I'm just curious. Can you look up my old washer and dryer that we got from here?" So how long ago did you get it? I said, "I don't know. I think probably 10 years ago." So it was an LG. Oh, who knows what the brand of LG was before they renamed it to LG?
I don't know. Sanyo?
I didn't know there was one before that.
It was Gold Star.
Oh, no way. I remember Gold Star.
Yeah, so they renamed it to LG.
Yeah. Huh.
So they looked. So the washer that we're looking to replace it, the one that broke, it's an LG. The pair. So this is the same like model line for this type. The pair was $800.
Wow,
so now,
that's cheap.
So this, well, that was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So this one is they're like the replacement model for that one.
Oh, I gotcha.
So of course, generations, you know, however many revisions it's had.
How old were you, John?
That one was $800 or $700. What's that?
Just for the one.
How old are you, John?
I'm 47.
Okay, well, you know this. And what the answer to this? And what was Nissan called before Nissan? You're old enough to know the answer.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. The old saying was that if you wanted to sell your car for a higher price, just rename it from Datsun to Nissan.
Yeah. Like a Datsun.
We had a Datsun when we were kids. Parents bought one and returned it the next day.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. Yeah,
I just realized
the fuse box. Almost all the fuses popped, and he was like, "Nope." It's like I think something's wrong.
I think I
quickly replaced the fuses and drove it back.
Well, that's the other thing. If you're looking to buy a new car, we were thinking about it. And then,
the wrong time right now.
Yeah, you can't buy any car. I mean, unless you want to pay like 5% over.
The lots
sticker.
here are almost empty.
The only car, the only car
you want to get in
is a Tesla.
Yeah.
So
my neighbor's got the.
I bought my car in 2020, June of 2020. I can sell it for more than I paid for it right now.
My neighbor bought the Model X a couple of years ago, and I bought a lot of Tesla stock a couple of years ago, and I'm like, I think I'm doing a little better than he is right now with that deal. But he's wrenching on that thing. He's an engineer, of course, but I see him. He got so frustrated because, like, I think it breaks down like every other month, and he got sick of. Yeah, he's had issues with it. Not break down, but like the tire, something with the tire, something with this, that. So I see him out there wrenching on $100,000 car about twice twice a month at least, right? Looking at his
What kind of car is it?
garage. It's a Model X. It's like one of the high-end Model X ones. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some challenges with service stuff. Once you're out of warranty, I mean, with any expensive car, I mean, you're kind of at risk at that point.
Right.
But,
Like a BM, they say the most expensive car on the road is a BMW out of warranty, right?
yeah.
So, but I mean, people love them, and
I wouldn't trade it for the world, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably like. I've got a Toyota 4Runner, and I mean, I'm going to drive that thing into the ground. But I would actually consider getting a Tesla at some point.
The Model 3 is the best. I mean, the Model X, for what it is really overpriced. I mean,
yeah, it's got like what do they call those? The doors that.
Yeah, but that's the gimmick, right?
Gimmicky. Yeah, it's like, come on.
But the Model X or the Model 3, in my opinion, I mean, I bought my car I think it was with tax, licensing, autopilot, the whole Model X was $73,000 out the door.
Yeah. So you got the full autopilot.
Yeah, and they gave me $12,000 for my 2013 Infiniti with almost 200,000 miles on it, and I felt like that was a really good deal. But so I did that, and I think I put 30,000 cash down on it, and you know, it's been a great car. The biggest issue with it is the service shit.
Yeah, I've seen your tweets about that, right? Like you get a flat tire and you can't get it replaced. You got to get it towed.
That's why I was asking. I said,
now I've changed.
inserts?
Now I've learned. I've learned the hard way that because I don't have a service center near me, so that's kind of one of the challenges. And both times I had a tire problem, that was the issue. It wasn't that they didn't willing to fix it. The issue was the service center. Like the first time it happened, the service center was 400 miles away from me or something.
Yeah, that's.
So the second time, they said, "Oh, COVID, staffing issues. We just don't have enough people." So we'll tow it. They said we'll tow it to our shop and fix the tire, no problem. And I said, "Oh, great. Well, when are you going to have it back?" And they said, "Oh, you got to come get it." And it was like it's like 40 miles away from me. I mean, it's not close.
Yeah.
So.
Where is that one at? In Mesa or?
No, it's in Tempe.
Oh, it's in Tempe? Oh, I thought you were closer to that. Yeah, I used to work right there on Mill in Washington in Tempe. So
really?
Very familiar with that area, yeah. First solar building, is Washington in Mill.
Like an idiot. I put the things on the wrong side. I keep getting these freaking
Well, I mean, the Tesla was in hot water when they were, people had bought the car with the autopilot, and then when they resell it, they were taking the autopilot off.
Well, they still
for the next
yeah, exactly. So now they leave it for the next person, but it kind of sucks because it should go with the driver. It should go with the owner because you paid $10,000 for it.
Yeah, you got to unlock it, right? It's just software.
And so they say that 95% of Tesla owners buy another Tesla, right? It's some crazy number. And you gotta imagine Tesla knows that, right?
Oh yeah.
So they sell you a $10,000 package, and then they know you basically have to rebuy it again. It's not any physical stuff. It's software based.
Yeah.
So
there's people that try to hack it.
Yeah. Good luck. But the cool thing about it is, or the bad thing about it is like, I would. Right now, they don't have a problem selling cars. At some point, that'll change, obviously. But what I think is at some point they're going to have to let the driver either give you trade in for it, so you don't have to let me have it, but don't take it away either, right? Give me $10,000 for it.
Yeah.
Because right now, when you trade your car in, even though the autopilot stays with the car, you don't get any trade in value for it. None.
That's not right. Yeah.
It's not right. I mean, it's absolutely not right. So
that's why you see a lot of people that sell it outright themselves.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I will not trade in a car unless I know it has problems. So, I mean, otherwise, like I sold my truck, at a 2004 F-150 Super Crew Lariat. We bought it for $24,000. I put in 8 years, I put 20,000 miles on it. Sold it for $18,500. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love. There's nothing I don't love about my Tesla. I love every single thing about it. There's just the two times that I had service challenges was the both times I was pissed off and wanted to get rid of it.
What's the new one? Because I know they got the Tesla truck coming, but there's another company that they're getting ready to IPO or something.
Rivian.
That's it, Rivian. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that.
And they're there's another company called Nikola, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they just arrested the owner because he took a bunch of money from investors and never produced anything, even though he sold it to GM. But so Rivian is a real company, and their stuff is actually gonna come out. But what they're kind of catering to is the people that don't like the audacious, loud, crazy stuff that Tesla's doing.
I kind of like that, but maybe it's like the Toyota of electric cars, then, right?
Yeah, they're gonna. It's gonna look like a Ford F-150 when it's all said and done. So
it looks pretty nice. I'm on their website.
Yeah, my brother. He was asking me about the F-150 and basically electric truck. I said, the way that I look at it, first off, they're never going to discuss towing because if you watch like a program called like TFL Truck, they took Model X as a 5,000 max towing capacity, and they run it through their gauntlet, and has a 300-mile range. Towing at max 5,000 pounds, they got like 65 miles on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, every vehicle under load, you get worse gas mileage. I know that. I tow a lot, and so it's very difficult for these manufacturers to give you a mileage for towing. They will never do it. Period.
But it's going to change.
You can ask all day long.
The Cybertruck is going to change that though, because the Cyber right now, like Model 3 and I think the Model X has a 90 kilowatt battery in it. My car has a 75 kilowatt battery in it. And I think the Cybertruck is going to have like a 150 kilowatt battery in it.
What's the F1? What's the Lightning going to have? I think it's pretty
big. Does anybody care at this point?
No. But it's the class of having one, right? I said, so there's a niche for these trucks. And I told my brother it's the contractor that carries some tools around and is very localized in their area, that's not hauling much. We'll throw a couple sheets of plywood in the back, and just, have some tools and be able to run their power, run off the outlets in the back, and, some perks with that. Otherwise, you're not going to get someone that's going to be hauling a trailer that's 5,000 pounds with it. It's
somebody ever tries to steal a Tesla could have one hell of a taser set up in it to zap the person in the car.
Turn it or put a railgun on it or something.
John, I think that's the point, though, is that the Cybertruck is going to be able to do those things.
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm just going to disagree with you on that one. It's
so let's put it this way. So you're right about the Model X, right? So the Model X has it has like a 299 or 300 mile range alone. So when you start towing with that, your efficiency goes way.
And that goes with anything that you're towing.
So,
from combustion
the way the car calculates mileage is it calculates mileage by kilowatt per hour. So how many kilowatt per hour or per mile you're using? Excuse me. So like, it's interesting how it's kilowatt per hour, I think, or per mile.
That makes sense.
But like most cars run at like 120, 150. There's a Model X family that's on YouTube, and they go all over the country and they tow an Airstream, arguably the worst trailer to tow because the thing's absolutely.
Those things are, believe it or not, they're super heavy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're super, super heavy, and they're like 900 kilowatts per hour or something crazy thing. And they tow it all over the country, going from supercharger to supercharger. But the discussion was started about what is the Cybertruck going to do, right? So a Model X has like 300 mile range, right, probably 290 is probably more realistic. 280 is probably more realistic.
Yeah.
You start adding towing to a car that was never designed to have towing. It's the mileage, just like on a gas car, the efficiency is gonna go way, way, way down. Now the Cybertruck with no load, right, is gonna have like almost 600 miles of range with 3 motors.
Your mother-in-law in the back seat, you know that.
Yeah, exactly. So 300 miles of range, or I'm sorry, 600 miles of range. It's got like a 200 something kilowatt battery.
Yeah, the F-150 is 125.
So let's say that on a bad day, even with a full 7,000 pound trailer, 10,000 pound trailer, let's say that number's half.
Yeah,
250 miles in a charge. That's still pretty good.
Yeah,
I think. And from a towing capacity, it's going to be a stable son of a bitch for sure. You know.
So
it
says it has a 200 kilowatt battery for.
Yeah, and that's a big battery.
Yeah,
that's a big battery.
Yeah, that's huge.
500.
I mean, you could power a house with that.
Oh yeah, easy.
Kilowatt.
My car is a 75. I think it's 75 kilowatt hour battery. Yeah.
Do you have the Powerwall, or do you
no?
have the...
You know what's interesting is the Model 3s have a inverter, DC to DC inverter. And people have tried to figure out how to crack the See a Viking.
Later, Viking.
Take care, buddy.
They've tried to figure out how to crack it, but it has the capability to power a home. But for some reason, they just don't, it's not available yet. It's like a future thing.
Yeah, Ford advertised all that for 3 days, powering your home off the truck.
I mean, I think that's a really cool selling point, especially if you're like in the Midwest or something where you got a lot of like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, nothing happens here, right, Jerry, in the Midwest.
Or if you're like,
perfect.
Say you're like retired and you live in Arizona and you got solar on the roof. I mean, your car could be packing in the power all day long, and then power your house at nighttime.
It's ideal.
I think enough people want to kill Elon Musk, so he stays away from it. But, John, we won't know until it actually happens. The one thing I do know is that whatever he says, you got to cut it in half.
Everybody's jealous of people that have money or try to do good things because they don't have it, so they want to complain. And
Jerry, you say the randomest things.
Yeah.
Well, so TFL truck, when they do their towing, okay,
is that a bad thing?
No, it's not. I love Jerry. Honestly, that's what I love about you.
Okay.
I knew where he was going with that because we were talking about Tesla and Lover Marine.
But if you're not, Greg, if you're not paying attention, you're not putting it together, right?
So
true.
What Jerry does is he makes sure you're paying attention.
A TFL truck, they'll tow like 20,000 pounds with these Super Duties, right?
Oh no! Come on, turn around! Don't do that.
And
20,000, you said? John?
Yeah. So they go up to, they call it the Ike Gauntlet. Okay. Normal. So you're talking what, 11, 12 miles per gallon or something normal on these big heavy pickups, right? Super Duties. You're talking that they will get like only 3 to 4 miles per gallon during this. Okay, so you are talking about almost the same percentage.
Yeah, I didn't realize
of
that.
a loss when you're towing.
What?
When you're towing
combustion.
Combustion engine versus electric. But the thing is that you could easily fill up fast.
Hey, Steven, private chat.
Right.
What?
Private chat.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I just noticed it. Look at private chat. I'll let you comment.
I can't see. I don't know where it's at, Jerry.
In the StreamYard private chat.
I'm an idiot.
Just click
it's
on
the left. It's on the right banner.
Private chat.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Here.
Yeah.
Nice. No more monetization.
Yeah, it's life in the morning. We need to talk.
Yeah, we didn't see the Superman underoos, so you're right.
Oh, man.
You know.
Yeah, I mean it's realistic that the problem is with electric, everything affects it from your AC more than
That's true.
Using everything.
What I think is though, and again, it's going to be goofy looking, right? The Cybertruck's going to look like fucking crazy. But it is going to just like, I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel this way. Like 2 years ago, I had people going, you should get a Tesla. You should get a Tesla. You should get a Tesla. And I kept telling, man, fuck, I cannot do electric car. I've been a gas car guy forever, right? I love gas cars. And I never dreamed of it. And then I went and test drove one. I went, holy shit almighty. Like, there is nothing on this planet like it. There's nothing like it. And it converted me, and it converted another guy that is a classic Mustang guy. Yeah. I just think it's gonna change your mind when you get to ride in one. And I think the Cybertruck is a little different because it's so, if you don't like it, it's really off-putting.
I don't like the style at all.
I don't either. The truth is, I didn't like.
I think it's cool.
I didn't like.
I printed one. I've got one sitting on my 3D printed Enclosure.
But so the thing is that's why I didn't. You said, "Hey, John, I'll let you drive it." No, I don't want to drive your car because I used to have a really bad car addiction. Every 2 years, I replaced the car. And
John,
now,
I did too.
Yeah, I mean,
I did the same thing when I was married.
8 years plus. I don't.
Did you say 2 years or 10 years?
2 years. Every 2 years.
Every two. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of.
So when I was married, I attribute this to being miserable, right? I mean, I just wasn't happy, and so I was making decent money, but I had kids at home, and I just wasn't. We weren't happily married, and the thing I did without fail, every 2 years I went out and bought a brand new car. Every single 2 years, and what happens when you do that is you slowly just get deeper and deeper and deeper.
You get upside down. You're always upside down.
Yeah, and it, when I got divorced. I paid my ex-wife's car off, and I paid my truck. I sold my truck I had a Nissan, fully loaded Nissan Frontier, and I sold it for exactly what I owed on it. And this guy was happy to have it. He got a brand new truck that I basically gave him a big free rebate on. And I didn't have another car payment until I bought this Tesla. To me, you buy a car, it's basically designed to fail on you. It's designed to lose value. And I wanted a car that wasn't going to lose value. So the Tesla is the best resale value that you can buy. I mean,
that's why I buy Toyotas a lot too.
But even Toyota, it pales in comparison to it.
Resale
value is right now. I mean,
I buy the Tesla stock, so
it's
stock.
08 Tacoma.
Huh?
Yeah, Tacomas are awesome. I love
Tacoma,
those.
and I wound up getting rid of it right before I paid it off because I lost my job, and I bought a 2001 Chevy Silverado that I still drive.
That's what you drive now, Jerry?
2001 Chevy Silverado, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could. Oh, I said we're not going to buy a brand new car until we move out of the state because the rust belt here just destroys them. Absolutely destroys them.
It's eating your car, right?
Before I had the Toyota, I had a 99 F350 diesel dually with a lift kit on it. Jacked up real good.
I had a diesel. That was my favorite. My favorite truck I ever owned. I dreamed of a diesel when I finally made enough money. That's what I did is I bought it. I remember it was $50,000. I bought it on 4th of July weekend. They had a sale, a 0% interest sale. And I came home with it. My ex-wife was pissed. But it was brand new, 3/4 ton diesel, fully loaded, sunroof, leather, Bose system, the whole thing. Dude, diesels, they're
nice.
I would go from, if I had to go from a Tesla to a gas car, I would prefer a diesel because diesels are, my diesel truck hauled ass for a truck.
Yeah. Plus they get better mileage, don't they?
It was a big 4-door long bed, and then I went from that to a Toyota Tacoma. It's like I had trouble doing that.
Yeah.
And
my dad's got a.
Jerry, why'd you retire so early? What's the story on that?
Yeah. I was able to retire at 50, so I did.
Were you like a union guy?
Yeah, labor's local 872 here in Vegas.
Good for you, man.
I mean, this is just a suspension when I was wrenching on my wife's car.
Ooh.
Okay, that's how.
That's rough.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow.
Move my.
Looks kind of corroded there a little bit.
Yeah, look at that.
Man,
I mean, it took.
How old?
Really bad is when people.
It's a 2013.
Yeah, that's about that. That looks worse than my. We've got a 2011 minivan that it's not too bad, but
I mean, it's
not
it
that
took
bad.
me to replace the lower control arm, sway bar end links. 3 hours on one side. That's
Oof.
how bad
You
it
got
was.
salt and cold and rust and with snow, so you got a lot
Yeah.
of rust, right?
We call it the land of corrupt and the land of rust and corruption.
You know what else they do? You know what else they do in the Midwest that they do in the Northeast too is they put that undercoating on your car, and that makes it
Yeah.
work.
The rubber
Well,
undercoating.
so
yeah.
I watched a guy named Volcor or something like that. He rebuilds cars on YouTube.
What's his
He has
name?
a VOHCOR or something like that. He does boring builds Fridays.
Yeah.
And he will shoot wax. When he takes the door skins off and everything, he'll shoot the wax inside. And then once he's done with the whole car, he'll shoot wax all across the bottom.
Yeah. So there's a guy. Do you know who Musty One is? You ever heard of that guy?
No.
Dude, he's a huge channel on YouTube. His name is Musty One, but he lives in New England, and he gets he has a Toyota Tacoma that's just about ready to fall apart. It's like it's so rusty that they wouldn't license it because the subframe was cracking.
Those Tacoma, my dad had to have his frame replaced. It was still under warranty. Those
Right.
Tacomas had a bad run.
So
I can't remember the year.
When he pulled it in the shop, it had tons of undercoating, and he was peeling it off in big sections.
Oh.
But what he does mostly is Volkswagens. He does a lot of Volkswagens. So he said he has a special concoction, he calls it, right? And it's basically chainsaw oil and paraffin wax.
Wow.
And he puts it in a squirt bottle, heats it up, and then he scrapes the car down, wire brushes it, and then he just coats. I mean, it's dripping on the ground. He puts it in every hole, crevice, everything.
Yeesh.
And he goes, he has a Volkswagen that he did that to 15 years ago, and not a spot of rust on it. I mean, amazing.
Wow.
So this is the guy, VEHCOR.
I've never heard of him, and I watch a lot of car guys.
Yeah, he's
Do you
hilarious.
watch Vice Grip Garage?
I've seen a couple of theirs, yes.
Dude, that guy, Vice Grip Garage is flipping hilarious. He plays like this total like kind of like low IQ Minnesotian, but it's so funny, dude.
Yeah, this guy could. I mean, he could. It's like an art form. He could just take apart these new cars like nothing. I mean, he doesn't need any service manuals or anything. And so when he's torquing down a bolt, you just go click, click, just to piss off people.
All right, guys, I gotta run. I gotta get up for work tomorrow. So good chatting with everybody.
Take care, Greg, and I hope you retire soon.
Thanks. I'd like to. Maybe in 10 years if I'm lucky.
How old are you now?
I'll be working until
I'm in my mid 40s. So
Greg, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
yeah, good seeing you guys. Thanks,
Have
Steve.
a great day, Greg.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Adios.
So let's talk about the box for a second and kind of give you an idea where I'm at. So let's see.
That's true. There's always Powerball.
Yeah.
Got to play to win.
So I got the doors on, and I got all the little switches I was having problems with. Those are on. So the cool thing about this box is that you can flip. You can open each side, and then you just lift the doors right off.
Nice.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, it's very well integrated with the 3D printed parts.
Right. And so I actually don't want these doors on it right now because my biggest problem is I keep forgetting what door goes where. And God, and I hate the fingerprints, man. Good Lord. I got greasy mitts. And I got the lid on it up here. But
Well, she does like mushrooms. Karen's, or you need to up the wife's insurance and find the poisoned mushrooms.
those
Very
are
colorful ones that you got to look out for.
Yeah, it's always the Australians. No, you guys have crocodiles down there, Kieran, right?
No, they don't call it the land from down under for for any other reason, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just make her a big old Vegemite sandwich. She'll OD on salt.
Someday I'm just gonna try it.
It's actually not that bad, but it made me gag because I wasn't anticipating how much salt it was going to be.
Yeah, it's just really salty. And there is another flavor there, and I want to say Worcester sauce or something like that. I can't really describe it, but it's just really salty.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting flavor for sure. But okay, hold on. I got to grab some parts here.
All right. Didn't notice any kind of a smell coming off of it. So what's everybody in chat printing? What's everybody got going on?
So I got this brand new power supply that Prusa sent me 2 months after I got my printer. I called and I complained to them about it making noise, and so they sent me a brand new power supply. So I figured, hey, what the hell? This is a perfect time to start using it.
12 or 24 volt.
So
Huh?
Karen says, yeah.
That's 24 volt.
Karen says if it walks, flies, swims, crawls, or takes up oxygen, it will kill you down here. So your wife does all of it, huh?
I've always wanted to go to Australia. My ex-wife went there because her dad races sprint cars there every winter, and she said it was one of the craziest places she's ever been to because they have like when you go to McDonald's, like they don't have normal McDonald's food.
Well,
They
we're the ones with
Kangaroo,
disgusting food.
crocodile.
No, they put beets on their burgers instead of onion.
Wow.
Which is disgusting, but
They put what?
beets,
Beets? Oh.
like red beet slices.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically axe murderers, I think. Didn't Australia get started with a bunch of prisoners or something? Wasn't it a place they
Yeah,
set
they made a
prisoners?
movie about it called Mad Max and Road Warrior. It's all going on down there in Australia.
Poor Kieran. I do it to give him shit because he's not even from Australia. Oh, good times, Kieran, good times. You should come on stream with us. Tell us what tomorrow looks like.
Yeah. I'm surprised with how locked down Australia is that he's actually going into work.
Dude, you talk about a dictatorship, bro.
Yeah,
Dude.
that country is when you have a guy in an elevator getting arrested. So
Dude.
I'm sure there's more to that story than what we heard here though, but still.
Well, you're hearing it everywhere, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but the truth of it is most people in Australia, especially the younger people, are, I imagine in my head they're a lot like Maker's Muse, right? Younger, and they're all for the greater good, for me, I'm concerned about my freedoms, but most young people don't give a shit.
No. It's because they're used to it.
Yeah,
They're telling what to do.
yeah, they're not worried about it at all, and personally, I'm concerned about it. So,
They would just call you a boomer and be done with it. So
yeah, exactly.
Do
Totally.
you guys think if I took my end stops on my laser, my DIY laser, and I used hot glue to glue them to the extrusion, that would hold? Hot glue?
Wait, say that again?
If I took my little end stops, like I have right here,
Uh-huh.
and I hot glued them to my extrusion on my DIY laser, do you think that would stay in place?
nope. I mean, there's not much force. Over time, it's going to come off. It may last for a little while.
I've been trying to find some mounts online. I can't. Yes, I could design one, but I'd have to get the spacing right on the holes. Unless I just made a bracket and then I drilled holes in it with a little drill.
Let me see, Jerry. Let me see it again. Hold on. Let me drag you out. Let me make you bigger. Oh, okay. What are you looking to do?
I have a DIY laser sitting here. Let's see if I got the camera hooked up.
Does it? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I
Australian.
shared the link.
Hi there,
Karen.
bud. How's it down there, Dan on the?
Oh, he shaved. Look at this guy. He cut his hair. What the hell?
Don't tell me I don't sound just like you.
Yeah,
Hi
something
there,
like-
Mike.
Something like this on both sides.
Oh, Jerry, that would be really, really easy to make. If you want me to, I would be happy to design something for you.
And then up here, I need to put a mount over here. I can put one on here also.
I mean, I got nothing else to do, but I would be happy to help you if you really want me to. I would be shocked if they don't already have a design for it, to be honest.
Yeah, someone has to have one.
The one that goes here, the mount would have to be on the outside where my thumb is.
Yeah.
And then come in the back and then go down and grab the extrusion. I can put a bolt in.
Yeah.
So this has to sit flat on the extrusion so that when this frame comes up against it right here on the other side, it hits it and kicks it.
I think it would be no problem.
And then basically down here, the same thing, put one on each side.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to sit up off the profile a little bit so you have room for the plastic. But Kieran, what's up, man? I don't hear you.
You can't hear me? Or you can hear me?
Oh, no, I can hear you.
Yeah,
No, I just letting Jerry talk. That was all.
Thank you. How you doing today?
Good. Or tomorrow in my case.
Yeah, how's tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He looks all young. He's shaved and he cut his hair.
Just took a shower and woke up, I bet.
No, I've been up since about 4 o'clock or 3:30 this morning, my time.
Kieran, how is it? How is things down there? Is it authoritarian or what?
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm in the Western Australia. Western Australia is totally open. We've got none of that vid stuff over here. So pubs are open, clubs are open, restaurants are open, movies are open. No restrictions at all over here. Eastern states, not so good. New South Wales.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing on the news because
New South Wales, Victoria.
They only feed us what triggers people. So
yeah. I mean, Sydney's got like 1,200 cases a day, and there was another 12 deaths today. So
that's
12 deaths for us, a lot, which is a lot. But 2 of them are 20-year-olds. So it's the attrition rate now is getting younger and younger and younger. That's the worry.
Well, 1,200 cases a day though. That for a country that big, that's not that bad.
No, not for you guys. No. But over here. The only places that have got it is New South Wales and Victoria. All the other states are all clear of it. So
where you're at?
Where I'm at, we're basically got no cases at all. Our problem at the moment is getting enough vaccine doses in arms and enough doses in country to get them in arms. Mm-hmm. We're looking about across the whole country, maybe around 35% double dosed and maybe 65 to 70 single dosed. Wow.
Here in Illinois, we're at like 70-something% double dosed.
That's what you need, at least 75 to 80% to actually make a difference.
And they're still, putting restrictions. I mean.
The thing is, if they don't do it before the next mutation comes out, this is going to just keep repeating itself, right?
Well, that's the trouble. It's the attrition rate and the hospital system getting choked with all the COVID beds in the ER and everything else. Therefore, people with heart attacks or strokes or cancer treatment or anything like that, they can't get in because the beds are choked. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I just got my first long print done with the Micro Swiss hot end. That just finished just now. Literally just finished, waiting for it to cool off.
How was it?
That seems fine. I thought I trashed it though when I took it all apart and put it together again. That was all fine. Went straight forward, put all the stuff in, turned it back on again, and minus 15 degrees on the hot end.
Oh yeah, the thermistor.
Yeah, so I thought I'd screwed the thermistor in and cracked the thermistor. So I've got a spare hot end assembly. Pulled the thermistor out of that, plugged it back into the thing, turned it on, minus 15 degrees. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah. I might have cooked the board. I thought I might have fried the daughter board. Unplugged the daughter board, plugged it back in again, all good. So I think I might have knocked the daughter board cable out, taking off the Bowden tube connection on the top. I might have knocked the cable.
If you guys hear all like when this Lulzbot came out, and like one of the things I kept hearing from that stream was, oh my God, Lulzbot's print quality, right? Their print quality. Let me just blow your mind here for a second. This is Prusa's print quality here. That's a factory Prusa part. I mean, the thing looks like shit.
Yeah, you see a lot on their finishes. Their finishing isn't that nice, but that's PETG.
Yeah, and the reason is they're printing these at like, I mean, look at that ringing all the way across.
Yeah.
They're printing them at stupid speeds, and they over extrude the shit out
For
of
volume,
it.
just for the
Yeah.
volume. Yeah, get the volume.
I mean,
out.
they actually make huge tolerances in these because they over extrude the shit out of them, and they print them super hot. But you can actually see that where the fan turns on this one. You see the fan marks, or
Yep.
cooling.
Whereas
But
that box of yours there, the tolerances on the 3D models, so you clip them together. They're nice, you know. The tolerances on that, you couldn't do that with the Prusa. They'd be sloppy as hell on that.
well, this right
If you're
here,
relying on
like,
Prusa parts, yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but like the way this, you have to like push this, it slides down in a groove, and then it snaps.
Pushes
into
that little,
place.
pushes that hook snap out of the way and just locks it in place. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
It's very
but
well designed.
Your mind says, just put it over the top and run the bolts into it, which is what I did the first time. And then I finally realized there was a video where he says, no, you got to start it here and you got to slide it down the channel on both sides, and then it slides over this little bolt right here, and then it snaps into place, or this bolt right here, and it snaps into place. It's clever, man.
You printing those parts on your Prusa as well?
Yeah. I mean, I printed this on the Prusa, this here, but the Prusa is a shadow of what it used to be. It has a Bondtech extruder and all slice hardware, Mosquito, Magnum, and I just put this new thing I just got from Slice. It's called an industrial heater. I don't know what I did with all this stuff, but I'll show you guys. Yeah, it's called an industrial heater because I knew this was going into an enclosure. So they sent me. Let's see, where is it? So I put one of these on it. Somehow I ended up with like 10 slice heaters, and I don't know.
Jerry's arguing with someone.
Who?
No, Jerry.
So this is their new. It's called an industrial heater. And
I like the wiring. None of that little thin ass wiring at the end of it, which is good.
Right. So this is all like sleeved with like I don't know something, but this is all PTFE lined wire. So when you're in a bundle, it won't stick or chafe. But pretty clever little design. I like that.
Yeah, it's got the heat proof sleeves look like the heat proof. What are they?
Right.
Not asbestos. The asbestos type heat proof cotton woven sleeve on it. Yeah. Because that's the biggest thing. The misters are a pain in the arse. Those thin little wires. They're so easy to break off the plugs.
Oh
or
yeah, dude.
Cut through.
I hate putting plugs on them. And the one thing I hate about the slice heaters was, and the E3D ones actually, is they always put those plugs like the JST plugs at the end of them.
Yep.
Always broke. You get 100 hours into it and they would break. But
Well, when I did the Sierra 6 SE hot end, I had to buy a new hot end because the grub screws were stripped.
oh
So
really?
I can't even do the video because I couldn't get the hot end apart. It's not like I put hundreds of hours on mine.
Right.
I got a spare one I can send you. I got a couple of spares in the box here.
Yeah.
Just shoot them on.
No,
over.
seriously.
Just throw them in the
Yeah,
post.
no, I don't need
No
it.
biggie.
But I did find out when I took off the Creality one, the heat block bolts were a wee bit loose on one side, so it was a bit sloppy when I took it off, which explains some of my irregularities in some of my surfaces. That's the trouble
What printer is
bolts.
that, Karen?
CR6.
Oh,
John's favorite.
yeah.
But it's touch wood. It's been fine. I mean, I got the mod kit. I've got the tape on it, and now
You
I've
mean
got
the maintenance kit?
Yeah, I didn't bother putting that on because I'd already put the captain tape underneath it anyway, so it's still sticking in the drawer. I need to change that at some stage. I already put the captain tape under it, so it's all
It's
good.
a long
But
process.
yeah, that's what I saw. I'd be a pain in the ass to do it, so I got the tape under it. That was easy enough to do. Just put the tape, does the job.
What was that
And
like?
this Micro Swiss seems to be done okay. Let's see if it comes
Yeah,
off.
that guy makes good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only ever had one.
And of course, you must recognise that. That's a new clock spring.
Yeah, I haven't printed it yet.
That one just reminds me too much of an urn, man.
That's what I was going to say. It's like an urn. I'm thinking,
You don't want to. But I've got some battery powered NAD candle tea lights to go in there, so they'll be okay on that. That's quite cool. Yeah, it's quite cool.
His new model, the one that's all print in place, that thing's pretty sweet. But
the phone holder, yeah.
No, I know.
Or the box, the new box.
The box, yeah. That's what I live for with Clock Spring is those boxes. I love them.
I'm gonna do that next. They've got the magnets for it. Going to the magnet one. That looks really cool. I've got a nice dark purple sparkly filament to try it with. That'll look quite cool, I think.
Yeah, I bought the flippy cup one. I wasn't too proud of that one.
The sippy cup, what?
It's flippy cup.
It's got a weird lid on it, yeah. But the canister you did, John, that's a good design. If you magnets in it as well. That I like.
Yeah. I didn't even know because I don't even read the description. I just print it. I didn't know that you could put magnets in it. So I was like, I just thought it was,
He's done a few revamps like the pencil cases, and that he's now gone and revamped them to actually have the magnets in them. A lot of them, so it's quite good. And a lot of the new ones have the magnetic option.
I also like the one that I printed on the Kaiwu was bigger, so I had to find magnets that will actually fit.
Yeah, that's the thing. You scale it up, the magnets aren't quite right.
So this is a side air vent for the box that does one of these deals.
Oh,
it's supposed to be because the HEPA filter is going to pull out the top. This is the inlet that's on the front of the printer, and it's
so you can choke it. You can choke it.
Yeah, so it's got the printer's got active cooling, so you actually put a thermistor and a unit in there, and it will, if it gets too hot, it will actually turn the fan on and blow out some of the heat. It doesn't have active heating; it just has active cooling.
So you just got a PWD fan that spins up when it needs to. Nice.
Right. It actually uses the HEPA fan. It'll go to full speed, like 100%, and blow more of the air out until the temperature comes down, and then it'll slow back down again.
Okay, so you need a separate power supply to run the enclosure, huh?
Already gave you a bone.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
So we're being bothered by our dogs over here.
Yeah, I gave her and she's still looking at me like, give me more, give me more.
Yeah.
Give me some Cheetos, Dad.
Here. Come here. Say hi. Here.
Come on, Bear. Where's Bear? Come on. Where's Bear?
Over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Come on.
Gotta pass the Bear too.
My dog's handicapped, guys. My dog's deaf.
Look.
That's quite. How old's the dog? It's quite common in older dogs to go deaf, which isn't too bad.
Almost 2.
2.
Okay, that's young. Yeah, was born deaf.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll tell you what, though, she's the smartest dog I've ever had.
Bear's not happy. Bear.
Give him a big hug. It's okay.
What's going on here? Oh, he's pissed.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Doggy on TV.
He's getting ready to chew your other leg off.
Look.
Hi, Bear.
He's like, one day, Dad. One day.
Where's the food, Dad?
Treat.
Hey, he's waiting for the bowl to lick out from the salad. Oh, God, you're heavy. 90 pounds.
It's okay. There's a doggy on TV I'm talking to. Yes.
Now set him off.
It's okay. Okay.
Oh, you heard that, huh?
Yeah.
He will watch other dogs on TV. He'll watch the mouse move around on the screen and.
Hey, John. Did you have a word to Maddie about putting T-shirt sizes on her webpage?
She said it's on there. Take a look.
I'm looking at it now. I can choose a T-shirt. I can add it to the cart.
Yeah, I think you gotta check the size first. So.
There's price, quantity. No, there's no size showing up, so it's just
Hold on. Let me take a look. She said that she's like, what are you talking about?
Maybe on hers, but not on yours, because I can go. There's an option for quantity and the product for tripod, but not a size.
So this is how the. Let me see if I can show you guys this really quick. This is how the this is a little side venter thingy that he designed.
The important thingy.
There it is. So you're supposed to
slide it back and forth.
Yeah.
But a bit of PTFE dry lube on that will fix that.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a. He said you're supposed to get a Swiffer cloth and cut it to go inside of there, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, to make just another filter, just a coarse filter to keep all the dog hair out.
Exactly.
It's going to be a floor printer.
Not a floor printer. I'm avoiding that. All right. So now we're on to power PSU parts. Slide this bitch around here. Wait.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't show.
Yeah, even ordinary t-shirts don't have a size. You can choose a t-shirt and a number, but there's no size. Maybe yeah. There you go. As I said, as soon as the size is there, I'll order a couple of them for a laugh and a couple of mugs. But I don't want one that doesn't quite fit.
Oh, I don't
need
blame
the
you.
extra large. Yeah, I need the fat bastard size. So make sure it's right.
Me at the moment.
Yeah, so at least you made the comment, but it must be one of the other things must have a size, not that. But
well, I'm waiting for more. Tim is my supplier, so he's been a little busy
for your
on
stickers.
vacation. How dare you go on vacation when I need more?
Patches, iron-ons,
Yeah,
or not the iron-ons. Yeah.
Oh, Tim does all that?
Yep.
He does.
He doesn't even get it. He gets a special friends discount twice what everyone else gets charged. Special friends discount.
I still got a lot from Sticker Mule, so whenever I run low, I'll probably have 10 design my next batch. But
is that what Tim does for business or what?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah, he
printing
does.
business.
Yeah, printing signs, banners, posters, large format wall murals, graphic print.
he could have you standing next to your Tesla and have a print it full wall size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I mean it's Sam's that does his cartooning did my cartoon.
Okay.
I contacted the man, and I never did think of anything I could do where kind of like showing me with a bunch of different hands holding different things, and I don't know. I never did figure it out. An idea. He said $50 to design it.
Yeah, it's fair. I actually gave him even more. Give him a tip. Give him. I mean, I thought it was a very fair price. So I was like, here's some more.
Charge it?
What's it? It's like $60.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not for the quality of logo. I mean, considering the girl that did my the logo that I used for like the small one, so with just my avatar.
Yeah.
She charged me like it was like $80. It took like I don't know like 30 revisions. So I mean, she wasn't doing a good job.
Like on Fiverr, right, and have.
Oh, Fiverr! I don't even want to even tackle that space.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything
That's
about
horrible.
it. Is it?
Oh, it's you don't know who you're getting, or I mean.
It's better if you know some of the community that can do that, and they can show you some of their work, and then go that route.
But you only pay if you're satisfied, I assume, right? I mean,
no, what they'll do is like they have contracts for one revision, 2 or 3, and then as many as you want. But then they get they get really frustrated with you
because it's John arm and leg that he ran on his contract halfway through.
Well, I mean, I showed you the ones that this other company was doing. They'd even had the leg amputated. I'm like, it was horrible. They photoshopped my face on a cartoon body, and it was horrible.
It was somebody else's body, huh?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a generic body that they threw his face on.
Yeah, I'm like, and they still didn't want to refund the money. Instead they blocked me on Facebook.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I was on my wife's account today. I pulled it up on Facebook, so I had to delete somebody that's been sending her some pictures he shouldn't be sending her. So I said, I can't find him on your friends list, but we can go to his place, his page, and we'll block him from ever seeing you again. So that's how I typically block people. I go to their page and I block them. That way they can never see me again.
I thought you didn't care, Jerry. What happened to that?
Well, she's still my roommate.
Doesn't want to know what she's missing out on. You see, that's the thing.
That fucking monkey picture too.
Yeah, I seen that a couple years ago. It's like, yeah, look. Anyway, that's my sense of humor. So
Yeah, that shit was funny, dude. I mean, most people
told her in advance. I was going to say, you better not show that picture of the monkey. Yeah.
Oh,
She could have
Jerry.
been too pissed. You're still there breathing, Jerry. She didn't choke you, so you're okay.
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck is this supposed to work? Trying to figure out how the PSU wiring. I really don't want to take it apart that much. But
That appears to be a Chinese 12 volt from here.
a Chinese what?
12 volt, not 24, but by the size.
So black on the bottom, blue in the middle, yellow on top. Got it. Shit.
Didn't need that piece anyway. Nothing important.
Yeah. This fucking thing's gonna be on fire before I'm said and done here.
You got the right people in the audience to comment on it. Then that's not a fire.
Yeah, exactly. John, am I doing this right?
Nope.
Yeah, I wired a switch. I was looking at where I bought it on Facebook or on Amazon, and I wired it accordingly at one of my droids, and I kept popping fuses. And then Jason got it and goes, "No, don't do this. Do it this way." And then he was right, and Amazon's pictures were wrong.
Oh, really?
Oh Jesus!
Look at that. Oh, that's
At least they
one
spelled. At least they got the name right. They got the name right. That's okay.
Oh, wait until you see these other ones.
What the fuck?
Tim, that's like Bob the Builder. Yeah, we can fix it. Yeah.
So, and then they took my current the other avatar, and they threw that out, or no, they threw a picture.
That's
of
really
me.
not that bad. I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, but they used the same one. Yeah, no crutches on that one. This is the better one. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like just using stock footage of a handyman. Just stock footage.
Is that all from Fiverr?
No, it's this Brandy Dial deal.
Probably on Facebook, right? A commercial.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah, it's not focusing all that well, but yeah, it's like I gave them all these photos that they could have used, and my original. I had this cartoonist. You go to like a Carnival or Great America.
Yeah, and they do that quick sketch of it. Yep.
Yeah, so this was done like of me like 20 or 25 years ago.
What's the crutch buried in?
That's a Mexican all tied up.
Okay.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
actually, yeah, that's when before we were politically correct country.
Oh,
So-
okay. It's a bit like
I see
The man
that
with no
one.
name.
Yeah, Western
with
thing.
the see that. Yeah.
The crutches
But
are guns.
at least it looks okay. I mean, for those sketches, those
Well, that's what
artists
I'm
are
saying.
really
It has-
clever. Those caricature artists are really, really clever. How quick they can do them.
Yeah, and I said I showed them this logo. I
Yep.
said I want something different.
They did. You got two legs. That's different.
Yeah.
A bit unsubtle, but it's different.
So, and I kept on arguing with them. So then they did this. So they just made the head bigger. They literally
And they
took the logo and supersized the head. I'm like, oh my gosh. Absolutely horrible, man. I mean, I was giving them like, hey, cartoon characters,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. So
You
yeah,
know,
let's do this. Yeah.
And they just didn't get it.
Yeah.
Here you go. I don't know if I showed you that one.
Jesus, what the fuck? Who's holding up the? Oh, never mind.
Crutch, magic. They're magic crutches. Yeah. No, they're strapped to his tool belt. Let's keep them
Jesus
up.
Christ.
That's just bad. And out for a quick buck. That one was, yeah.
Yeah. This person's unavailable on Messenger. Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, DHL's here.
No, I got shipment today, and then
I
getting
got
another one next
DHL
week.
coming from Shenzhen, hopefully in about a week. Comgro's sending me out their laser to try out.
Shit.
You break the clip off.
No, almost. Almost.
Okay.
Very close. Actually, I just got this. These square nuts. It has a hole on each side.
Yeah, to drop
And
into nice and lock
And I
it.
finally got it to go in there, and then I pushed it through the other fucking side. It's for me, baby.
You're running that DIY, the new 5-volt and the new board on 24 volts, Jerry, or is that 12 volts on that new one?
24 on the new one.
Yeah, that'll be a lot safer on the 24. No issues, and it's all working sweet.
It's working pretty good. You had a lot of things that get worked out on it with Liam, but it was moving 100 miles an hour and crashing this direction,
Hey.
that direction.
Come here.
If I tried to move an inch on the screen, it was moving like a foot, and we worked
Like
finally
a
figured it out.
scale is wrong. All these
Come on,
the steps
camera.
are wrong. Yeah, that's okay.
Come here.
At least it's actually lighting up, which is a bonus the last one did. So
Yeah. I don't have to have end stops on it, but I want to put them on it.
You're not on camera.
no.
That's tripod.
The tree pod?
Hello, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Hello.
That's how she says your name. Tripod.
So, yeah, I go to the mechanic, and they're like, one guy's like, "Hey, tripod's car's out there," and one guy was like, "Who?"
Tripod.
He said it like 4 times, and he's like, the guy with crutches and one leg, tripod, and he was like,
He
"Okay."
uses his pogo stick when he checks the mail, and he bounces out.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Did you think he was being a bit rude?
Did it turn out okay? The solid? Is it waiting? Do you already eat? You're waiting for me? Okay. All right, I'm going to finish this and then I'll be in there, okay? Oh, really? Oh, great. See. Gracias.
You can't go till you plugged it in and made the smoke get out.
Huh?
You can't
what
go till you plugged it in and made the smoke escape.
What happened to my camera?
Didn't you turn it off?
I don't know. It went black.
No. Oh, did I turn it off?
Yeah, you must have.
No.
You figured your wife came in the room and it went all black.
Yeah. The avatar's there, so thinking about it.
No, it's I think OBS shit the bed.
Maybe.
Back. Yeah, so I'm trying to put this Prusa thing together without forgetting where all the wires go. So that should be fun. Yeah, so I ran out of this red, carmine red, which is my favorite PETG color ever. And I ran out, and man, Prusa, dude, 3 days, bro, it's at your door. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It takes
Prusa's very fast.
It takes 3 days to get it across my city, let alone across the bloody world.
Well,
Unless you want
I've always joked with people, like, I mean, I can order from TH3D and Prusa on the same day, and this will beat it here every time.
when they were coming out with this mini kit, it took me like 14 weeks, but it finally showed up. But then I had a thermistor that went bad the next day, and they had it out in like 3 days. It's like, wow, that was fast.
Yeah. Well, I've already forgotten where all the wires go. So
Did you
I've
take
never
a picture like everybody else does?
Oh, you bet, Jerry.
Yeah.
You bet.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Now I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh well, I'll figure it out. That's. There we go. There's my shell. Perfect. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
The power supply is labelled from the input and the output, so it's only 12 volts or 24 volts out of the power supply to go into your your buck out converter.
I'm going to go back.
So-
I'm going to go look at your video and back it up and see at any point did you show it to us, and I can show you the screen.
Oh wait, never mind. I got it. Okay, I got it. I said this one was on top. The yellow goes on top. The blue goes in the middle.
Black was in the bottom.
Black on the bottom. Yeah.
No, before you drop the black extension piece. Yeah.
That's right, mate.
Before you drop that small black extension lead, hit pedal by the floor. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, mate. That's right. I got the best Australian accent in the building. That's right. Kiwi, excuse me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Kiwi, Australian, same thing.
Yeah, just like you're a Canadian. Yeah, I want to be Canadian. Yep.
You motherfucker! I'll get on an airplane.
Them's fighting words. Yep.
Hey, we were fucking around until you said that.
now you're getting cruel. Yeah.
Now you fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, they're fighting words.
So this one. So these are the switch wires, which is okay. I get it now. I understand. I see what's going on. This has a little switchy-roo. This goes right here. Goes right here. No, goes right here. So how many printers do you got, Kieran? What's the deal?
I only got the one. That's all I'm allowed.
That's all you got is one? What the fuck?
Just the one? Yeah.
You got to step it up, mate.
I'm sad. I've only got a small room, so
you have a CR6 SE, and that hasn't been out very long, and you've been hanging out on these streams longer than that. So obviously, you had another printer or other printers.
No, that's the only one I've got.
Huh.
Were you hanging out? Were you hanging out before you had a printer? Or?
No. It's only since I had it. Just to find out. That's it. I mean, I did a lot of research, but otherwise, no. Once I got it, and I jumped in a few streams, mainly with the droid bills. Once that started, I jumped into the streams.
Okay.
And you can't get rid of me now. like a bad smell.
You're a good guy.
Oh. That's mighty nice of you, Jerry.
You're okay, too.
Thanks, man.
You're okay, too, Jerry.
No. I've only got the one, and if it prints out a Benchy I can recognise, I'm happy.
Hong Kong, China, SAR shipment picked up on the 16th, which was today. So maybe DHL will get it and I'll have it in a week. I don't know. Well, it's going on an airplane, so I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, if it goes by DHL, if they're shipping it by DHL, it's good. It'll be quick.
It's a Congo Z1 5-watt laser engraver.
The only ones that are doing well for their shipping at the moment is DHL and Amazon Prime. They get it pretty quick. Those are the two that seem to be working really well.
You know, I've been getting, there's this one company that's been sending me some of their Amazon returns lately, and I've been printing with their filament and showing it off, and they keep sending me Amazon returns. Well, today a bottle of resin showed up from that company from Amazon, a return. And I picked up the package, and I didn't know what it was, and it's really super light. And I took it out, and I'm thinking, Amazon must have got this as a return and thought it was a water bottle, because the resin bottle is empty. It's sealed in plastic, but it's empty. They sent me an empty bottle.
So they've taken it, used it, and then returned the bottle.
Yeah.
You see how slick that looks?
It looks nice.
Nice.
I mean, look at how that's like fitted perfectly in there. That's awesome, man. Fuck. That is so cool. Yeah. I got to figure out. I got this extra wire for some fucking something.
Oh.
Ah, fuck.
It's now lighter.
Yeah. Well, there's another day, my friend. Another day. I just wanted to see how it fits in there. That's pretty. I love this stuff that's like tailored to fit. It's awesome.
There's the on-off switch. How many terminals
Two.
are on the on-off switch? Two.
Two.
That could be why, because you can have a 6, and you might want a double loop if you want to isolate neutral and live. That's all.
I think one goes to it, and then this one goes down here to this.
So
So
you can
one goes from the mains input to the switch.
Take a picture of it close up before you get done. That way, if you have a problem, you can show it to somebody. Said, "Well, I had smoke coming out of it. What's wired wrong?" You have a picture to show them.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is, if I have a problem, is I'm going to delete this video, and then I'm going to call Prusa and say, dude, what the fuck? That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I bought this printer in 2017.
And it's just gone and smoked. What the hell are you? Come on, where's your QC, guys?
So they sent me this printer, or I bought this printer rather. I mean, I don't want to imply that Prusa sends me printers. They don't. But I bought this printer in 2017, and prior to this, I had a Flash Forge Finder. I don't know if you're familiar with those, but little 120 by 120 by 120.
With the cabinet, the small little case on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I bought this printer, and oh my god, dude, what a learning curve that was! Holy shit! But for the first year, every time I heard a rattle or a creak or whatever, I just assumed it was bad. So I get on chat and go, yeah, my printer's making this rattling noise. And they said, where's it coming from? I go, power supply. Great, we got a new one coming to you. It'll be there in 2 days. So when I got the power supply, I was like, I'm not going to change it until something, I was just worried about the noise, but and then one day my INC board caught on fire or melted. The bed wire melted it. So they sent me a new INC board. So I had a new INC board laying around too. I sold that. But yeah, I mean, basically the nice thing about Prusa is they take care of their shit, man. Whatever you call them with, they send it to you, no problemo. So
that's the good thing. Like, that's the Lolsbot thing as well. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
that's the advantage of it. You pay the premium price, but you get the premium service and support, which is what you expect for that sort of money.
Yeah. And they don't give you any shit either. I mean, Lolsbot's been great to work with. I mean, they probably launched that stream a little, or that printer a tad bit early, but they're a new company. The owner's relatively new and young and trying to figure shit out too. So shit happens. Shit happens. You guys do the same thing I'm doing? Just try to figure out where all the cords are going and don't actually look?
Cable ties.
Yeah. I wanted to use this Prusa one because this has got the power off or whatever, the power supply memory thingy. So that if you have if the power goes out, that thing. Power recovery.
All right. Okay.
So Karen, what do you do for work, man? Are you retired or what?
No, I'm a geologist.
A geologist?
Yep.
Oh, you're smart.
I wouldn't go that far. I work in the oil and gas industry at the moment. So.
Oh yeah. Fuck it, we can drill.
Yep.
Fracking?
Yeah.
No, I have done work with coal seam gas. Yep.
Because everything I've ever heard about fracking is it poisons everything, and everybody's crops are dying. The water supply's contaminated. A zillion movies on it.
But the coal seam gas, that's different because they're using long wall coal mining. It's not fracking. They're actually mining the coal.
Yeah, I don't know
so
if it's true or not. I've seen a lot of shows about it.
It depends. There were a lot of cowboys in the industry for fracking, but they've addressed a lot of that. Where you set fire to the lakes and that then burns out of it, which is true because they basically channel the gas into aquifers and shit like that, just due to poor practices.
Uh-huh.
But I do offshore, onshore, some coal seam gas as well. I've got lots of hats.
How long have you been doing that for?
30 plus years.
Is it a pretty easy job?
Well, it has its moments. My first job, I died.
What?
The rig I was on sunk with no survivors, and I died.
Okay.
So look at John's face. Yep, I was sent to a job in Thailand, in the Gulf of Thailand, and a typhoon came through, and I was manifested on a drill ship, and the drill ship turned turtle, and 97 people drowned on it, and I was supposedly one of them for 3 days, but I was on another ship. I was actually on another ship.
Oh,
Yep. So
Wow.
yes, once you died once, it's all downhill from there, you know.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
that
is
was,
true. Go ahead. I was, phones are spying on us.
What?
The
hot
the
hand.
wow
Oh,
stick and
yeah.
then the nozzle. I just put on my phone. So we're talking about the wow stick and
Yeah,
nozzles
yes, was
earlier.
it day before yesterday, wasn't it? The well stick. 2 days ago. 2 days?
Are you
I
using
just
it?
put it on the stream.
Huh?
So yeah, so we were talking about the wow stick earlier.
Yeah,
The nozzle, your nozzle kit.
The
dude.
beak.
I would. You couldn't pay me to use one of those things.
What the
Those,
nozzles?
yeah, the nozzle thing. I forget what those are for. They're actually made for something else, but
I didn't even click on it because all I'd do was populate my feed with more crap.
yeah.
My
Hey.
wife has a Galaxy S10 and she's getting like 30 or 40 scam calls a day. It says scam caller, but she plays different games online with her phone. So that's probably where it's coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I get a bunch. You know what? I've had the same phone number for 21 years, and I've never had an issue until like the last 3 or 4 months, and I started getting a ton of them. And I think that somebody that doesn't like me put my phone number on a list. Which, let's face it, there's a few of those. So
We wouldn't have done that deliberately, would we?
well, I don't know. Print it's all maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know who does it. I mean, I assume somebody got pissed off at me and put me on a list because 21 years I've never had a problem, and now all of a sudden I'm getting all these Indian calls, and now I used to fuck with them, and now when they call, I said, guys, you call me every day, and every day I tell you the same thing. I call you a shamota, and then I fucking hang up on you.
Yeah, and they get upset about that, yeah. And they bring you back and abuse you back, yeah.
Yeah, no, but the next day another guy calls me, doesn't have any clue, has never talked to me before. He's a brand new guy, I said, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, is Steve in there? I go, yeah, I'm here. I go, are you new? What? I go, are you new there at the Social Security Department? I go, I just talked to you fuckers yesterday. I told you. I'm not.
They on-sell the numbers. What happens? They accumulate the list of real numbers and just on-sell them. And so they get another scam. So
That's right.
once they get a live number, they'll on-sell that for profit for themselves to 5, 6, 7 other centers, and then they'll do the same thing.
Right.
I get somebody
That's all it
calling
is.
for Marco every week, and I've been nice to him.
Polo.
I've been rude to him.
Polo.
I've cussed him out. I've screamed at him. I called him every word overseas you can think of. And anyway.
So my wife gets a call. She was actually visiting my work. She was sitting next to me, and she gets a call saying they're from Apple.
They're from who?
Apple.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And she's like, she just puts them on mute. What do I do? I said, oh, just please play along.
Go for it.
IT manager, full time. I'm like, I want to see what they're going to do. So they're walking it through the, saying that they, her computer has detected spyware and, it's like, oh, I said, just play it out. Like, you totally surprised. So they're walking her through and they're having her do like a NS lookup and stuff and say, oh, you see all these IP addresses and stuff.
They're all hacks, yep.
And just saying all these are IPs infiltrating your computer.
Yeah.
Say, oh, how do I get rid of it? Oh, well, okay. Glad you asked. So
they want you to log in, right? They want to log in.
They want you to go to a website. Okay, and she's like, oh, what does that do? She's like, oh, no, it's remote end. And I say, oh, and I actually share the phone conversation with her. I'm like, oh, thank you for walking my wife through all this, and you've been recorded, and you'll be on YouTube in about 2 minutes.
Click.
And they hung up.
Well, now what I found out is there are certain things you can say to them, and they'll hang up right away. Like if you play stupid, like if you go what Social Security number, what happened? You know, so if they even suspect you're fucking with them a little tiny bit, they just hang up right on you. You know, they don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, this
it's pretty-
freaking printer box is super freaking clever, dude. I'm calling it. This thing is super. Just like the design this guy went through is like, I'm
it's
like,
got a true fit and finish. Like it's off of an assembly line. I mean,
dude, it's like impressive, man. I mean, for $300, it's impressive.
Is that a rotary phone, Jerry?
Yeah. And to be fair, printing it in that Prusa caramel red or crimson red looks much better than the photos on the website, like a popcorn machine. It doesn't look like a popcorn machine in that color.
Yeah, maybe I'll send him my some pictures off.
Because it does look better in the red than the orange, I must admit. I mean, yes, it's Prusa orange, but still.
Dude, Prusa makes one of the best red. This red PETG is the best red PETG on the planet. I love it, but you don't see it too much. I mean, the thing I hate is like I had 2 spools. I burned through most of them. I had a shitload of failed prints on this, and so I needed more. So I bought 3 more spools or 4 more spools. You know, and then I gotta wait. You know, I gotta wait. It takes forever. You know, I mean, it takes like 3 or 4 days, but that, you know, right. In most cases, that's forever now. So I want it like yesterday, you know. So
Were they fouling on your Prusa?
No. So the Prusa had like really big prints going, like all these,
you couldn't get into it,
these big pieces. But I had all the other pieces,
like the small brackets and the hinge pins and the
Yeah, and so I had it go. I had all those going on the rail core, and the rail core is just, you know, it's good at a lot of things, and I mean it's a great printer, but it's so fast. When shit goes wrong, it goes wrong real fast. Like there is no like, oh, it's okay, it'll finish. Once something goes bad, you got to get it the fuck out of there quick. Like I've come back to a ball of shit more times than I can count. So, and for some reason, maybe because it's a Core XY or something, I don't know. But when you slow the printer down, like it gets worse. So, like you think, oh, I'm going to slow it down, more modest speeds. You know, no, that's a bad idea. The rail core likes to go super fast, and if you slow it down and start skipping steps and shit, I don't know. But
strange.
Yeah. So this material is tried and true and proven on the Prusa, and it just does such a better job, I think. So, I mean, that's the best part about the Prusa is all the tuned profiles and shit. Little hammer.
All right, I gotta get up for work early, so.
Well, you have a fun. Enjoy the working thing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Jerry. It keeps you out of the house, keeps it out of the wife's hair. I tell you, she's happy.
Jerry, you should go work at Walmart.
I could be a greeter, right?
We were
can't be any worse. Can't be any worse the ones that are there already, are they?
Jerry will be the happiest greeter of them all. Get
Not
the heck out of here.
There's a big range for that one.
Grow my beard back for the winter.
He'd be like,
you probably just start talking to people about random shit. And they'd be like, what the fuck is he talking?
He's like, oh, I've seen you. You were on People of Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
That is one of the scariest websites around.
Oh my God, it's
that
so
is just
hilarious.
scary. That's scary, eh?
What website?
Peopleofwalmart.com.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You
it's
ever checked it out?
hilarious.
You've
No.
got to get onto it, man.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Peopleofwalmart.com?
oh, that's been around since the 90s, man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's been around for a long time.
I was at Super Walmart years ago, and there was a guy that had a shopping cart, his Winnebago, full of his crap in it, rolling it around the store, and they didn't kick him the F out. I'm thinking he's just going to load it up and put more in it. Why don't you guys kick him out of the store? All the employees are afraid to do anything because they might get fired.
Yeah, that's true. They don't do shit
Well,
about
I'm sorry. If I worked there, I'd get fired, and I'd throw his shit in the garbage and throw him out. So that's how I look at it.
Well, that's what's happening with all the theft, too, in these stores.
Dude,
People are just walking out with shopping carts full of stuff.
even here in Arizona, which, you know, we're not a liberal state, as you know. One of the employees I fired because I don't know if you guys have QT gas stations there in the Midwest, but so QT is like a big, it's like a Wawa, you know, or whatever. And anyways, they came over to my job and said, "Hey, look, we can't do nothing, and we're not going to do anything. But one of your employees comes over, grabs whatever they want, and then walks out of here every day with it. And they're not calling the police because they're not going to call the police. But so we terminated her over it. But and I said, why aren't you calling the police? They said, oh, dude, unless it's over $500, they won't do anything. So." Which is crazy.
And it happens so frequent, they would have to live there.
Yeah,
There
that's
was a video-
true. They'd be there every single day, right?
There was a video at two guys walking out with shopping carts from Lowe's, just shopping carts, thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
Yeah, and they're instructed to not do anything, especially if they're of a certain class.
Well, employees need to step up and do it for them. I seen somebody ran out the emergency door at Lowe's, like 6 months ago. And as soon as they heard the alarm, everybody went running. But I think the guy ran around the building, got in a car, and got away. Then I don't think they caught him.
Oh man, when I worked at a store, I monitored those cameras, and I caught so many. And the managers were right on them. I mean, this was, like 15 years ago, part-time job, and they were like, "Man, John, you caught that one." And I mean, this guy was shoving saw blades down his pants.
There's a smart that's good. That's a Darwinian moment. Not to improve the gene pool, he lose it all. That's just insane.
It is. I mean, people do stupid shit for a few dollars worth of product too.
Yeah. Ain't worth risking your life over that sort of shit.
No, and I mean, let's face it. In the United States, every time a cop's called, you're risking something, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
You get your fucking ass shot.
It's the same watching all these influencers, for the want of a better word, doing all their selfies and falling off the cliffs and falling off the waterfall and falling off the dam for their stepping over the safety barrier.
Yeah.
Like, no great loss to humanity. They can't follow instructions, and no great loss.
I just saw a guy.
Favor.
I just saw a guy on Mr. Ballin. I don't know if you knew who that is, but he has a channel. He tells stories. So I listen to him when I'm driving a lot. And he told a story of an influencer, this guy named Wu something he climbs buildings and then does pull-ups off the edge of it. And he'd done it 1,000 times. And he did 2 pull-ups and got really fatigued or for whatever reason and fucking fell, dude. I mean, like 200 feet to the ground. Like,
watch American Ninja Warrior. Some of these people are professionals and they fall occasionally, and nobody's perfect.
No.
And this guy is like, nothing, no harnesses, no powder on his hands, nothing. So
yeah, people that free climb, it's crazy. You can only do it for so long till you make a mistake or you get a cramp.
They're like, but I put my hand in the crevice and I make a fist. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Be it bird droppings, or someone's gone and done the wisher-washing and left some oil on residue on one of the ledges. You got no idea what's there, what you're gripping onto.
Right.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, but that's what teaches kids that they think they're fucking invincible. They do stupid shit.
Yep.
Well, the buildings in New York are getting so old. Some of those skyscrapers, occasionally stones and decorations that was made hundreds
some of
of years ago,
the fascias fall off,
and it comes down, hits you on the head.
Oh, the one right across the street from me, as I'm in the office, is actually being refaced, and that building that's being refaced is taking longer than the new building that's going across the street that's twice as tall.
Hey, John, what's the name of that building? The Willis Tower in Chicago that has
we still have it's still called the Sears Tower to us, but yes.
Oh, but so when I was in Chicago for a restaurant opening and I went there, and it was like a month later, I took pictures of me on that. Dude, it was awesome. But
you did a step out?
Yeah, a month later, there was a bunch of kids on it, and the fucking thing cracked. And they didn't fall because it's safety glass. But dude, you're 800 feet in the air or some crazy thing, 80 floors up, 100 floors up, and that you step out on the glass, and all you see below you is people look like ants. And there's a bunch of kids sitting in it like Indian style on their butts, and the fucking thing cracked. Like it spidered all over. They didn't fall, but it scared the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. Well, you got people that jump and do that mid-air, pose. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching them getting built out because I would, come out of Union Station and I'm like, what the heck are they doing all the way up there?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it was like, oh, they're doing a step out. And I'm like, that
Yeah.
because Ferris Bueller made it popular where people would put their heads against the glass to look down.
Yeah.
So they made it where you could step out.
It was kind of cool though because there was like 4
There
or
you go,
5
Jerry.
people. There was like
Well,
4 or 5
hot
people.
Oh, the
on it.
micro switch holding it. That looks good. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bracket looks good.
I took my soldering gun, I cut out the back of it with a soldering gun. I'm gonna hot glue that in like that, and I can mount it on the side of the extrusion on.
That'll work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
on that step out, there was like 4 or 5 kids sitting on it on their ass, and it just literally cracked underneath them. And I was surprised. I think everybody was surprised. But the glass, I guess, is designed that if it cracks, it breaks like a windshield. Like in a million.
It's laminated. It's laminated layers. Yeah, it's the same way.
They said there was like a Kevlar reinforcement or something in between the panes of glass, but it's like a 2-inch thick piece of glass. I mean, it's huge.
When I worked at the dunes and they blew up the dunes, I was on the demo crew and I had to bust out all the windows on one side of the building so they wouldn't blow out and go everywhere. And some of those windows, I mean, you see movies where people get thrown through some of that plate glass. No way. You're going to knock yourself
Jerry,
out and break.
What about the MGM when the guy shot through the glass? The guy at the MGM, or it wasn't the MGM. What was it?
The Mandalay Bay. He busted it out.
Yeah, he busted it with a hammer.
Yeah, if you take a hammer or a rod or anything in a small area and hit it really hard and
it'll break it.
But Jerry, do you think it was possible for a guy to break the window with a claw hammer?
Yeah.
With the head of it, yeah, not the claw.
It depends
on
what
I know, but it's like a 1/2-inch thick piece of glass, right?
Yeah, he could bust it out. Yeah,
you can bust it out. You just don't hit it in the middle. You don't hit it on the edge.
I worked demo in construction for like 30 years doing everything. Yeah,
I was surprised too because before he shot all those people, by the way, I was in Vegas when that happened. I was at the Tropicana. I fucking heard the shit happening.
Wow,
but anyways,
Tropicana's just right down the road.
I know, and I started walking down the street because I was like, "Man, what is going on?"
No.
And before I knew it, dude, there was hundreds of people going, "Go the other way!"
And if he would have had tracer bullets like he had paid for, that would have been crazy because he could have seen where his bullets are going.
Yeah, that was a bad deal. But crazy. The other wives' tale is like if you break the window at that height, right? Like the suction will suck you out of it. But
No. I worked in high rises my whole life in construction. No.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. My poor beautiful wife is waiting for me to eat, and I know it's late where you guys are too.
That's almost lunchtime.
I'll be up to midnight.
It's almost lunchtime.
Having me on, I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna do a third, hopefully final. I'm gonna put the printer in it tomorrow probably, and then we'll button it up. But John, thank you, and Jerry, thank you, and Kieran, thanks for coming on, man. It was awesome.
Everybody.
I'll happily get abused by anybody. I'm good.
We're officially international now. Yeah, kangaroos. Yes,
Yep.
Kangaroos and crocodiles.
Well, have a good night. Take care.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. They're nice. Kangaroos are nice.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Crocs nice. Yep.